Johnny Dollar.
Henry Bascom, Johnny, at Four State Insurance Company.
Well, hiya, Hank. It's been a long, long time.
Yeah, I know. Johnny, are you free to come down here and look into something for us?
Henry, as long as somebody pays my expense account, and of course a nice fat fee, I'll go anywhere.
Johnny, for once, you're not going to be able to pad that freewheeling expense account of yours.
Any bets? Why not?
Because the investigation I want you to make is right here in New York City.
Oh, well, there's always the fee to fall back on. How much?
Usual percentage of the face value of the policy.
Okay, only how big is the policy?
Johnny, hold your hat. It's about 200... Well, I mean, it's
what?
just under...
$200?
Johnny.
Listen, Hank, my cut on a policy as small as that wouldn't buy me a sandwich and a cup of coffee.
No, listen.
And I suppose you'll question every penny I put on the expense account.
Look, you didn't...
Why don't you just pay it off and save you and me and the company a lot of time, labor, and soap? What kind of a policy is it?
Straight life.
Huh?
But listen, you didn't let me finish. The face value of this policy is a little under $200,000.
200... Oh?
Yeah. Well?
Hank, my buddy, my bosom pal, for an assignment like that, for the nice commission it's going to pay me, I'd walk to New York.
Only maybe you better grab a plane or a train instead.
Right. I'll be there.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Are you smoking more now, but enjoying it less? Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. The best tobacco makes the very best smoke. Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. Are you looking for flavor and mildness? Have a real cigarette, have a Camel. The best tobacco makes the very best smoke. Have a real cigarette, a real cigarette, a real cigarette, have a Camel.
If you're smoking more today, but enjoying it less, try Camels. The Camel blend of costly Turkish and domestic tobaccos has never been equaled for rich flavor, easygoing mildness, real smoking satisfaction every time you light up. The best tobacco makes the best smoke.
Have a real cigarette, a real cigarette, a real cigarette, have a Camel.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Four State Insurance Company, New York City office. The following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the evaporated clue matter. Expense account item 1, $5.25 for a taxi out to Bradley Field. Item 2, $13 even for a plane to New York and a limousine to Grand Central Station. Then I walked over to Henry's office at 500 Fifth Avenue at the corner of 42nd Street.
Oh, Johnny, you really made time. Sit down.
Yeah, thanks. That's because of the tempting offer you made to me over the phone. A policy worth $200,000.
$189,000 to be exact.
Straight line.
Mm-hmm.
On whom?
Mr. Jonathan R. Kenworthy.
Kenworthy?
Very, very wealthy. Retired some years ago after selling off the Kenworthy copper mills.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Been living here in New York for the past 20 years. Big fancy apartment overlooking the East River. 714 East 52nd Street.
Expensive neighborhood.
Oh, I told you he was loaded.
So what happened to him?
He was murdered, Johnny.
Oh?
Yeah.
And who's the beneficiary of this nice, juicy hunk of insurance?
His grandson, Carlton M. Kenworthy. And that's the answer to your next question, too.
Now, what do you mean by that? I was going to ask you if you or the police have any idea who
might have killed him.
Yeah, that's right.
And I told you, this young Carlton Kenworthy, his grandson, who is also the sole heir to all the rest of his estate.
Oh, no, wait a minute. That's a pretty strong accusation, Hank. You have any proof?
None whatsoever. Nor have the police.
But I take it you figure that Carlton had the motive and the opportunity.
And a perfect alibi.
Oh?
Yeah.
Then what makes you think he did it? And the police, too?
And the police, too.
Well?
Motive, Johnny. It's as simple as that.
All right, keep talking.
It's simply that nobody else in the world could possibly benefit by old Mr. Kenworthy's death.
Well, now, Hank...
Plus the fact that he had no enemies. None whatsoever, Johnny.
You sound pretty sure of that.
I am. I not only knew him, but I knew a great deal about him.
Oh, but after all, a man who's been head of a company as big as Kenworthy Copper Mills Some disgruntled employee with some imaginary grievances.
Over 20 years ago?
Well,
But even if he'd only retired from that business last month, I'd still say no. Kenworthy was one of the best-loved men I've ever heard of. As for his employees, why, they're the ones he left the business to. He never had a strike, any other kind of labor troubles, despite the size of his plant, because he treated every one of his employees like one of his own kids. This sounds pretty unusual, Johnny, I know. But he was an unusual man.
I see. But now about this grandson, Carlton Kenworthy.
Well, about as useless a hunk of human being as I've ever seen.
How old is he?
Oh, 30, 32 or 3.
What's he do for a living?
Well, that's the point. He doesn't. Nor has he ever done anything. Despite the fine education, all the world travel his grandfather lavished on him. Johnny, if you want a perfect definition of a playboy, I can give it to you in 3 words. Carlton Manson Kenworthy.
And he gets the whole estate as well as the insurance.
He's known in every nightclub on Manhattan Island. He and that leech Alan something or other who pals around with him.
Alan?
Yeah, Barker or Baxter or something. Theaters, nightclubs, expensive restaurants, all the racetracks when they're open, wherever they're open. And they toss money around like confetti.
Where does Carlton get it?
From his grandfather, who's always sponging off.
What about this pal of his, this Alan, whatever his name is?
Barker. That's his name, Alan Barker.
Well?
He sponges off Carlton. Oh, they're quite a pair, Johnny.
Well, did the grandfather approve of this kind of stuff?
I don't think he really knew what was going on. According to the old man's attorney, who was a friend of mine, he was led to believe that Carlton was investing in various business ventures. The point is, the boy needed money. And the surest way of getting it, plenty of it, was by having his grandfather dead.
Yeah, well, you've built up quite a case, Hank, but it still isn't enough to hang him, not by a long shot. Have the police been able to pin anything on him?
Not yet, apparently. I told you he has a perfect alibi.
When did it happen?
Last Tuesday.
Who's handling the police investigation?
Lieutenant Randolph Singer at the...
Randy Singer? Great. Randy just happens to be one of the best homicide men in this fair city of yours.
Well, he certainly hasn't
Hey,
impressed
listen,
me.
if they've got him working on it, and if you have got a case against Carlton Kenworthy, Hank, I'll see you later.
Where are you going, Johnny?
Over to see Randy Singer.
Sure, Johnny, I'm just as sure as your friend Hank at the insurance company.
Why, Randy?
Well, the way that boy played around cost him a fortune. Even more than his grandfather gave him.
You're sure of that?
What do you mean?
Well, the way I get it, Grandpa gave him plenty.
Yeah, but Carlton is up to his ears in debt. Every time the boys raid a plush gambling joint, there he is. He and that hanger-on of his, Alan Barker. Like peas in a pod, those two.
Then he probably welcomed the raids. Sure. Probably kept him from having to pay off some of his losses.
Yeah, he's still in up to his ears. And as long as he's the only one who could possibly benefit from Grandpappy's death, as long as we're sure that nobody else had any reason for killing him, and we are...
How and when and where was he killed?
Tuesday night in his apartment. He was struck on the back of the head with a heavy wrought iron poker from the fireplace. One good wallop, and he was done for.
Hank says that Carlton has an alibi.
Yeah, airtight. I checked it every way I can. From here, that is.
Then where's your case against him?
But if you can break that alibi...
But, Randy, if you've checked it
I
out...
said from here. But if that company of yours will pay your expenses to Alaska...
Alaska?
That's right.
Oh, look, with such flimsy evidence...
Will you do it, Johnny?
But now listen,
Just
Randy...
to, let's say, to get me off the hook?
But I'm still not convinced that...
Johnny...
Okay, Randy, sure.
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Meet star Stuart Irwin.
Nothing's worse for an actor than a nasty cold. To feel better quickly, I take wonderful 4-way cold tablets, the fast way to relieve cold distress.
Right. Tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
Take my advice. For your next cold, take 4-way cold tablets, the fast way to relieve those cold miseries.
4-way, only 29 cents.
And now here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. To get rid of embarrassing dandruff in 3 minutes, change to Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep unsightly dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair, rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Then rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch and embarrassing dandruff's gone. At the same time, Fitch can brighten hair up to 35%. Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo today. And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the evaporated clue matter.
But why Alaska?
Because that's where Carlton Kenworthy says he was when his grandpappy was murdered.
Well, Randy, that ought to be easy enough to check out.
So I did, Johnny. He made the airline reservation. He was aboard the plane. He got the Juneau on Monday afternoon. He got himself a room at the Baronoff Hotel.
You checked that with the hotel?
By telephone.
Why was he up there?
Who knows? But the hotel says he was.
Well, what did he do with himself?
Apparently took in some of the night spots and flew on back here on Thursday morning. Checked him all the way through.
And his grandfather died on Tuesday.
Oh, Parker.
There's a report on that poker, Lieutenant.
Oh, good.
The prints were pretty badly smudged, but they managed to nail down a couple of them.
Oh? Whose?
Yeah, look at this, Johnny.
Yes, sir. One print from the deceased
And a couple made by Carlton Kenworthy.
Yes, sir.
And why not, Lieutenant?
What? Kenworthy.
After all, as I told you several times, I've often made up the fire for my grandfather there in his apartment. So is there any reason why my fingerprints shouldn't be on that poker that was used to kill him?
He's got a point there, Randy.
Well, listen.
Of course I
The
have.
fact remains...
And didn't this officer say the prints of both myself and my grandfather were badly smudged?
Yes.
So, whoever did it wiped off his own prints and part of ours.
Quite possible, Randy.
The fact remains,
The fact
Kenworthy...
remains that I was in Alaska when my grandfather was murdered.
Why, Carlton?
Just a little trip, a little fun, just... Who are you?
Johnny Dollar, investigator for the insurance company.
Well, Dollar, I certainly hope you can accomplish more than these stupid police have.
Listen
of all the
to me.
stumbling, bumbling. Well,
That's all, Parker.
Yes, sir.
well, Lieutenant, that silly look on your face.
Because I think you killed him. Because you're the only one with any reason
But I
to.
didn't, of course. How could I?
Hey, tell me this, Carlton.
I'll tell you anything I can, Mr. Dollar, if you'll get this incompetent flatfoot off my neck.
Kenworthy...
And, of course, help to solve the murder of my poor, sweet, kind old grandfather.
Okay. Did you make that trip to Alaska alone?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, thanks.
That's all?
That's all. For now.
Very well. And will you keep me advised, Lieutenant, if by some stroke of luck you should happen to make some progress for a change?
Get out, Kenworthy.
Gladly.
Just be sure you stay around, that you don't leave town.
Don't be silly, Lieutenant. Why should I?
Johnny, so help me, if I have to...
Okay. Just give me one thing, Randy, an address.
Huh?
Yeah. I could see why Randy'd harbor no love for Carlton Kenworthy. His attitude there at headquarters got under my skin, too. Expense account item 3, $1 even for a cab to Alan Barker's apartment. And I saw immediately why Randy had said they were like two peas in a pod, despite the fact Carlton was a good deal huskier. They were so much alike, I wondered if there was some blood relationship.
Hardly, Mr. Dollar. We're simply good friends, that's all. Our tastes are alike in liquor and women. We like to do the same things, and... well, that's why we get along so well together, why we're known as the inseparables.
Alan, did you know that Carlton was going to Alaska?
I certainly did. I drove him to his plane on Monday, and on Thursday I met his return flight and drove him back to his flat. Missed him like the very devil, incidentally.
You keep a car here in the city?
In the garage down in the basement.
What did you do while he was away?
Felt terribly at loose ends, but then I had my car washed and greased and took a long trip.
Oh, when?
I left Monday evening.
Where'd you go?
Oh, I drove several hundred miles. Took little side roads and byways that probably aren't even on the map.
Think perhaps you could retrace your route?
Good heavens, no. Oh, I did end up somewhere near Albany before starting back Wednesday morning.
Uh-huh. Did you stay in Albany?
My memory's a bit vague, Mr. Dollar, but I'm quite sure I didn't.
Well, where did you stay over?
Well, this may sound fantastic to you.
Where?
But I haven't the least idea. I took a couple of bottles with me. And they, coupled with the fact I was in completely unfamiliar country and that at night one little roadside motel looked as good as any other, well, I just don't know.
You know, you make things sound pretty bad for yourself, Alan.
I beg your pardon?
Considering the way you've been sponging off Carlton Kenworthy, well, offhand, I'd say you had as much reason to want his grandfather out of the way as he did.
I beg your
And without
pardon.
a very good explanation of your whereabouts at the time of the murder.
Now, look here, Dollar.
But you know something? I don't think you have enough guts to have made those lily white hands of yours wield that poker.
Horrid thought.
And yet, on the other hand...
Well, yes, Dollar?
As an accessory.
Accessory?
That's right. I'll see you later, Alan.
Now, look here.
Just don't leave town. Carlton? Possibly. Alan? Well, I don't know. I don't pretend to be an expert judge of character. But I'd swear that Alan wasn't capable of killing a man. And yet, as Randy had said, unless we could somehow break Carlton's alibi. And then I got an idea. It would take time. It would be expensive. But with $189,000 of insurance involved, yeah, I decided to take a flyer. Stick my neck out all the way.
We'll return to yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in exactly 1 minute.
Constipation is something people don't talk about much, but it can be a problem for anyone, even doctors. And when constipation occurs, it's interesting to see just what doctors consider important about a laxative they might use or recommend. Well, a majority of the doctors we heard from had this to say.
A laxative should be effective, gentle, as close to natural acting as possible, and a medicine that can be used with complete confidence.
Now, X-Lax has been popular with many doctors and millions of people over the years because pleasant-tasting chocolated X-Lax is effective. Overnight, it helps you toward your normal regularity. X-Lax is gentle. Next morning, it gives you the closest thing to natural action. And that's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity, gently, overnight. Is X-Lax in your medicine cabinet?
And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account item 4, $489.54. That's a round-trip plane ticket to Juneau, Alaska, by way of Seattle, Washington. It wasn't until we got there that I suddenly realized I'd been pretty stupid. In spite of the fact that Alan looked very much like him, I should have taken along a picture of Carlton Kenworthy. And certainly I should have taken along a set of his fingerprints for comparison with any I might be able to pick up. Or even a sample of his handwriting. But I didn't, so I'd have to work things out the best I could. Item 5, $10 for miscellaneous taxi fares. Item 6, $10 for a room at the Baranoff Hotel. And yes, I get the same story Randy Singer had about Carlton's having been there, having spent plenty of time at the bar and the bubble room, at nightclubs all over the town. But then it was item 7, $8.50 for some drinks and dinner in the main dining room that finally did the trick. Yeah, that pointed out the one small, seemingly insignificant way in which I could either prove or disprove Kenworthy's alibi. Believe me, seldom has the solution of a murder case hung on such a slender thread. Anyhow, less than 36 hours after I'd left New York, I was back at Idlewild Airport. Item 8, 10 cents for a phone call to Randy Singer. Item 9, $7.50 for a fast taxi into 18th Precinct headquarters.
Johnny, where you been anyway?
Did you get in touch with Carlton?
He's right here in my office.
Good boy, Randy. Well, hello, Carlton.
Ungodly hour to drag a man out of bed and over here.
Yeah, have a bad night of it?
Alan and I did do the town a bit. Have you found some lead, I believe you call it, on the killer of my grandfather?
Yeah, maybe.
Do you mind if I sit down?
Maybe you'd better. Where were you when your grandfather was murdered?
Why, I've told you, Juneau, Alaska.
You know Alaska pretty well?
I know nothing about it. This is my first trip and a very brief one.
You stayed at the Baranoff Hotel?
That's right. Check with them, and you'll find I was there on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Did you eat there at the hotel?
My dinners, yes. But I fail to see what that could
Just answer my questions, will you, please?
Why not?
Okay, now. Monday night. Cocktails in the bubble room?
That's right. But what difference could that possibly...
And what did you have for dinner?
Now, that's a stupid question.
Yeah? But if I can prove you weren't where you say you were when your grandfather was killed...
If you can, Dollar, and I know that you can't, but if you could, I would gladly confess to this murder, regale you with gruesome details, tell you anything you like.
Wise guy.
I asked you what you had for dinner Monday night there at the Baranoff.
Oh, I see. You think if I say I had something that wasn't on the menu that
Just
night...
answer my question.
Or perhaps you'll check to see if the dinner was put on my bill, so I'd have to sign for it, leave a sample of my handwriting. But I paid cash for everything.
I asked about your dinner. Well?
Dollar, of all the asinine, idiotic... shrimp cocktail, a salad, a steak, and some coffee.
Get that stuff anywhere.
But now, Dollar...
Mike?
What?
The coffee.
Really, if this is detective work, if this nonsensical questioning...
Well?
No, Mr. Dollar. I had my coffee with cream and sugar.
Oh, you ordered cream.
I used the cream that was on the table. Look here, now, of all the silly, absurd, childish
Cream was on the table?
things... Of course it was.
Real cream?
Yes, and the sugar was real sugar.
That's beside the point.
But what you hope to gain by all this, stupid... Oh, you mean you solved this heinous crime without knowing about the sugar, little boy?
That's right. Because you'd already told me you were never there.
What?
Because Alan went up there instead, didn't he? Using your name to establish an alibi for you.
Now, what miraculous deduction leads you
Because of your certainty about that cream on the table.
Of course I'm certain. Doesn't any decent restaurant put cream on the table?
No, not up there.
What?
What's that, Johnny?
But he didn't tell me that.
I don't know why, Randy. Maybe no big dairy farms yet. Maybe just plain habit. Maybe they like it better.
Dollar, how did you find out
But
about
on
that?
every table, even in the best places, you'll find no cream. But a little can of evaporated milk. Like to check on it?
Well, I'll be doggone.
It was Alan. Did Alan tell you that? Did Alan give me away because he thought he could get the money if I knew he was my friend only because of the money I could give him, but listen, he's as guilty as I am, Mr. Dollar.
Is he?
Of course he is, because he helped me kill my grandfather. Well, isn't he? I'll prove it. I'll prove I couldn't have killed him without his help. Do you hear me, Dollar? Do you hear me?
You think that's going to help you in court? Believe me, if I were to put down all I think about the Alan Barkers and Carlton Kenworthys and all the rest of that rotten... why bother? What's the use? Expense account total, including incidentals, the trip back to Hartford, $574 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star with a word or two about next week's program.
And a welcome to a couple of more stations that have joined us. WBRK in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, and WKNY over in Kingston, New York. We're glad to have you with us. And, man, how this network grows and grows. As for next week, well, I wonder just how you'd feel sitting on top of a nuclear explosive device, knowing the darn thing may go off any second and blow you to kingdom come. I know how I feel. And I'll tell you all about it on my program next Sunday, as usual, right here on the CBS radio station that brings you all the best in programming. The story's a real cliffhanger, and I'm sure you'll like it. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Harry Bartell, Herb Vigran, Carlton G. Young, Herb Ellis, and Jack Edwards. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
Suspense follows on the CBS Radio Network.
Better buys are your reward, and Orange Motors for a Ford. Get your orange guarantee from the largest dealer in Albany.
In the heart of Auto Row, Orange is the place to go.
Orange Motors has the parts that's true, plus 44 years of experience too. Orange Motors, if you're wise, for better service, better buy.
It's easy to have a new Ford Falcon in your garage. Orange Motors has an excellent choice of Falcons in all colors, automatic or standard shift, 2-doors or 4-door. For a nominal down payment, you can own a Ford Falcon for as low as $50 a month. Think of it, a new Ford Falcon for only $50 a month. Want one? Come to Orange Motors in Albany.
Better Ford buys, used or new, at $7.99 Central Avenue. Orange Motors, if you're wise, for better service, better buy.
Radio 59 WROW, first on the dial in Albany, Troy, and Schenectady.
Johnny Dollar.
This is Al Turner at New Britain Mutual.
Hi, Al. What goes with you these days?
Johnny, one of our important clients is very anxious to get in touch with you. Says that she's an old friend of yours.
Oh, who's that?
Her name is Mrs. Virginia Haskell.
Virginia Haskell?
That's right.
Sorry, Al, but I'm afraid I never heard of her.
Before she got married, about a year ago, her name was Van Doren.
Chinny Van Doren?
Yes.
Oh, well, now that's something else again. And I mean something.
Well, then you do know her.
One of the most delectable bits of feminine pulchritude I ever ran up against. Believe me, a young man's fancy didn't have to wait for spring to turn to thoughts of her.
Now, what's that mean?
Oh, Al, even I had serious ideas about that gal at one time.
Oh?
Yeah, right after college. Isn't every kid of that age intrigued by the idea of marrying into a fortune? And very beautiful. At least she was when I knew her.
Still is, Johnny.
So she's married to somebody by the name of Haskell, huh?
Gordon Haskell. They live on Birch Brook Road, down in Bronxville, New York.
Funny.
What?
Well, when I knew her, that blonde charmer didn't have eyes for anybody but Paul Snowden.
Who's Paul Snowden?
Childhood sweetheart, that sort of thing. Poor boy, making good on his own, you know the bit.
Ah, yes. Too proud to marry her because of her money.
But she swore that she'd never marry anybody else, that he was her one true love. But I guess she changed her mind. What did she want to see me about, Al?
She didn't say. She did make it clear, however, that it has to do with some of the family insurance.
Well, that's as good an excuse as any.
Well, then, do you want to run on down there?
For a longing look at the gorgeous Ginny Van Doren? But it'll cost you money, Al.
Listen, Johnny, with the premiums we get for all the insurance she carries, life, house, property, and so on, the sky's the limit.
Brother, have you stuck your neck out?
Well, now, that doesn't mean you have
Albert,
to...
I'll be in touch.
Bob Bailey in the intriguing adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the New Britain Mutual Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the wayward heiress matter. I decided it might be handy to have my own car along for this one, so expense account item 1, $4.25 for a tank full of gas. I picked up the freeway and headed south and west to fashionable Westchester County, New York. To me, Bronxville has always been one of New York's most charming suburbs. Only about 20 miles north of the big city, it's full of beautiful homes with lots of trees and expensive landscape properties. There's a lot of wealth in Bronxville. The Haskell home on Birch Brook Road was a huge English-type affair, built of stone and stucco, the kind of place that'll last 100 years. 18 or 20 rooms, I'd guess, and surrounded by well-kept lawns and flower gardens, oak and sycamore trees and neatly trimmed hedges. Yep, a big hunk of the Van Doren oil money must have gone into it, unless young Haskell was mighty rich. Virginia, looking every bit as beautiful as I'd remembered her from college back in the Midwest, greeted me like a long-lost, well, brother, darn it.
And, Johnny, I'm so glad you could come. I'm worried, sick.
Worried about what, Jenny?
Gordon, my husband.
Well, look, it's none of my business, but it kind of surprised me to learn you'd married somebody other than Paul Snowden.
It's Paul who has me worried, Johnny.
Oh?
Yes.
How?
Well, back in the old days in college, I wasn't interested in anybody in the world but Paul. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I remember. The rest of us couldn't get to first base with you.
I loved him, Johnny. And I hoped that as soon as he could get established in a business of some kind, he'd ask me to marry him.
Well, what stopped him, Jenny?
Money. When Father died and all the Van Doren money came to me, Paul suddenly changed. He stopped seeing me. He even avoided me. So then, well, I guess what I did was make a mistake.
What was that?
I went to see him at his little plant there in Chicago.
Chicago?
That's where we were living then. And, Johnny, the only reason he stayed there was to be close to me.
So you went to see him?
Yes. And I proposed to him.
Oh?
Also, well, this was the big mistake. I offered to finance the machine tool business that he was trying so hard to build up. But he didn't like that and told me so. I'm afraid there was quite a scene there.
You've just been looking down your nose at me all these years. It's been nothing but pity.
Paul!
Yeah, poor, timid little me. Needs help. Maybe needs mothering by somebody who pities him. By somebody who can afford to support him.
Paul, that isn't true.
Then why do you come offering help, offering money? I don't want pity. Somebody holding up my head for me. I've got to work this out alone. It may take me a long time, but I'm not going to... Oh, I'm sorry, Jenny, but don't you see I love you? I'll never love anybody else.
Then why don't you let me
Don't you understand? I'll never get anywhere on your charity. You're feeling sorry for me.
Paul, darling, please.
All right. All right, the less we see of each other now, the better. Maybe sometime, but... Well, no, not now. Find somebody else, Jenny. Somebody who can give you the things you need and want. Now,
Uh-huh. A little too much pride for his own good, I'd say.
It upset me terribly, Johnny. Especially when he told me to go out and find somebody else.
But I take it you did.
Then Gordon came along. Sort of caught me on the rebound, I guess. Tall, good looking. He fell in love with me the first time we ever met. I guess he kind of swept me off my feet.
But now that the honeymoon's over...
He's been wonderful to me. And I love Gordon, Johnny. I love him very much.
As much as Paul?
Not perhaps in the same way. But we're very happy together. And there's never been any strain or tension because of this difference in our fortunes.
Gordon isn't wealthy either?
Well, he hasn't what I have, of course.
But he manages to get along.
And I'm being a good wife to him.
Oh, I'm sure you are, Jenny.
And don't you see, if Paul, because of his jealousy, were to kill Gordon...
Jenny, you mean you honestly believe he might?
Yes. That's exactly what I mean. That's why I sent for you.
But good heavens, gal.
Oh, Johnny, you've got to stop him.
And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Wayward Heiress Matter.
All right, now, Jenny, listen to me.
It's true, Johnny. I'm sure of it. Paul Snowden has come here to kill my husband.
He's told you as much?
Haven't you been listening to me?
Well, of course I have.
Maybe my marriage to Gordon was on the rebound, on the spur of the moment. Call it anything you like, but it was Paul who turned me down.
At least for the time being.
I told you what he said.
And simply because of a misguided sense of pride, because you had money and he didn't.
Yes.
Well, how did Paul take it when he learned that you were going to marry Gordon, I mean?
He was terribly angry. He made all sorts of wild threats.
Well, now, that doesn't necessarily...
He said that he would kill anybody else who married me, and he will, Johnny.
Does he know Gordon?
He's never seen him.
But he wants to kill him? Oh, Jenny, that doesn't make any sense.
Don't you understand? It was to get away from Paul that Gordon and I came here to get married and settle down.
Well, because you were afraid you might still be in love with Paul.
It isn't a very nice thing to say, Johnny.
But it could be true, couldn't it? Is Gordon in business here in the East?
Well, I've helped him to start one, Johnny. A little importing business.
What did he do before? Jenny?
Well, his family had quite a bit of money once. They lost it all in some bad speculations. And, well, if you must know, Gordon just sort of played around for a while.
Did Paul know all this?
I don't know.
Because if he did, maybe you shouldn't blame the poor, hard-working guy for not liking him.
But Gordon is good, and he's good to me.
He's good to you. Seems to me you're the one
You mustn't say that, Johnny. He is good to me. But he's all I have now. If only Paul hadn't found out where we've come to live.
Oh, look, Jenny, I'm an insurance investigator, not a love counselor, and... Oh, what's the matter?
Don't you believe me? All I've told you? Or are you just trying to be very cold-blooded about this?
Jenny!
All right, then. This happens to be a cold-blooded insurance matter. For the simple reason that Gordon's life is insured. And if you have no heart, If all you can think about is business, all right. It's your job to keep Paul from killing Gordon.
Now, listen, Ginny, you've been married nearly a year. Nothing's happened, nothing at all. Yet now, all of a sudden...
Because Paul has come here. He telephoned me. And there can be only one reason why he's here.
I doubt that. But where is he?
In New York, at a hotel.
What hotel?
He didn't say.
Well, is he coming out here to the house?
He said he wouldn't come until he could be sure that Gordon was here.
And then?
Then to prepare for the worst. Those were his very words, Johnny. Prepare for the worst.
Wasn't Gordon here when he phoned?
Yes, but I didn't tell him that.
Where's Gordon now?
Over in Larchmont at the Beverly Arms.
In hiding, in other words.
I want him to stay there until something can be done about Paul, that's all.
Well, if Paul's so all-fired determined...
He is, Johnny. He always was.
That could be a pretty admirable quality, Ginny.
Of course it is. But when he's determined to do such a horrible... Johnny, I don't understand you, the way you're taking all this. Are you going to help me or aren't you?
Yes. Okay, Ginny, I'll see what I can do. If by any chance what you suspect is true, if Paul really has come here to get him...
Of course he has. Paul doesn't give up, no matter what he set out to do.
Which is to say that sooner or later, if you'd kept your head, if you hadn't gone off the deep end, if you had waited and married him, Ginny...
I know, I should have. I should have waited for him, no matter how long it took him.
Yeah? And what?
No, Johnny, I didn't mean that. I'm married to Gordon now, and I must protect him.
Okay, then. The first thing to do is get him over here.
What?
Sure. If Paul's staying undercover, it's the only way to bring him out in the open.
But if anything happens to
Like
Gordon...
you say, it's my job to see that it doesn't. I'll see you later. Yeah, like I've said many times before, in this business of mine, you run into some real wildies, and this was one of them. Made me feel like an advice to the love shorn column. And it was pretty obvious that Ginny was still in love with Paul, that she was sorry she had married and was supporting this Gordon Haskell, who, incidentally, must have been a smart cookie to have caught her on the rebound, latched onto her and her fortune. But she'd made her bed, and by golly, out of nothing but stubborn pride, she was going to lie in it. It was well after dark by the time I left her, and as I walked out to my car, I decided that what I'd better do first was to locate Paul Snowden, somewhere in some hotel in New York City. Find out what this whole crazy affair was really all about. But then as I reached for the door handle on my car...
Just a minute.
Huh? Yeah?
I've been waiting for you.
Oh? Who are you? As if I couldn't guess.
Mister, I found out all about you, why you came here.
Me? Oh, well, now,
if
just
you
a
don't
minute.
believe me, take a look at these photostats from the police files in half a dozen western states.
Well, now, just take it easy. Let me put on the dash light so I can take a look at them.
You'll have plenty of time to look at them when I'm through with you.
Well, just a
Mister,
minute.
I ought to kill you. All right, now. You want some more?
Johnny, what on earth's going on out there?
Huh?
Johnny?
What?
Johnny!
Oh, no.
Paul! Paul, what have you done to Johnny Dollar? Johnny! Oh, dear, this is terrible.
Well, it ain't exactly good.
That was Paul. I saw him.
Yeah, so I figured.
He must have found out that I sent for you. Why, if I hadn't come out of the house to see what the noise was all about, he might... Don't you see, Johnny? Don't you believe me now when I say he's come here to kill Gordon?
Jenny, I guess if you didn't convince me, Paul has.
Now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
I went back into the house with Ginny's help, and a good stiff drink plus her tender menstruations brought me back to normal. I suppose I could make all sorts of excuses about having been caught off guard, but I won't. Paul Snowden had a good pair of fists, and he knew how to use them. My plan had been to call on the New York City police for help in locating Paul, but now this had suddenly become a personal matter. And yet, wait a minute. Ginny,
Yes, Johnny. Are you feeling
Listen, didn't you tell me that Paul and your husband Gordon didn't know each other, had never met?
Yes.
What about those papers, the photostats?
Papers?
And we've been thinking that Paul jumped me because he'd found out you'd called me in to protect Gordon.
Of course.
Well, it just happens we were wrong.
Johnny, I don't understand.
Listen, I'll be right back.
But, Johnny, he may still be out there somewhere.
I wouldn't be at all surprised.
Well, but, Johnny, don't you...
I found no sign of Paul or the papers he'd shoved at me. But I was certain that he was still in the neighborhood, waiting. But not for me. I jumped into my car, drove away, then circled around the block, parked, and sneaked into the house the back way.
Johnny! I thought it was Gordon coming in this back door. I phoned him that Paul had been here.
Yeah? What'd he say?
Only that until Paul is taken care of, he'd better get out of town. But, Johnny, that's such a...
Oh, great. And yet, if he plans on being away for any length of time... Excuse me a minute. Yeah, there was a chance, a bare chance, that this whole thing could come to a head very quickly, with a bit of luck. I opened the front door, then called out into the darkness beyond the porch. Paul? Paul Snowden. This is Johnny Dollar. If you're out there, stick around. Now listen, I'm leaving this front door unlocked, so use your own judgment. I went back into the library. Standing there with Ginny was a man, a few years older, slightly gray around the temples. He had a worried, furtive look about his eyes. He was momentarily startled when I walked in on him.
Johnny. Gordon, this is Johnny Dollar.
Hiya, Gordon.
He sneaked in the back way, Johnny.
But I'm not staying around to get killed. Now listen, Virginia.
Gordon, it'll be all right now.
No, I don't know who Dollar is or why you've called him in, but I'm not staying around here with Paul Snowden gunning for me.
You're afraid of him, Gordon?
Wouldn't you be? Come on, Virginia. Open up the safe. You've got plenty of money in it, I know.
But look, darling...
Come on, get it for me. Give it to me.
But to run away like this...
Oh, because Paul wouldn't run away.
You know that isn't what I...
Give me the money, Virginia. Or do you want a dead husband on your hands? Well...
Now listen, Gordon.
You listen. This is none of your business.
I wouldn't be too sure of that.
Well, I am, Virginia.
Now, just a minute.
Will you keep out of this?
No.
Oh, yes, you will. You see what I mean?
Gordon, that gun...
Give me that money so I can save my life.
Put that thing down, Gordon.
Stand back, Dollar. I'll pull this trigger.
Brother, that's what you think.
Yes? Oh, I'll kill you.
Thanks, Paul.
I aimed low, Dollar. I'm afraid he'll live.
Yeah, he'll be okay.
Should have killed him, I guess. But I'd rather see him face the courts.
Oh, what are you talking about?
Those photostats you have?
Yeah. Police files all over the West. He has a record as long as your arm, under various names. Wealthy women. Married them, took their money.
Oh, no.
Yes, Jenny. And some of them... Well, he killed them.
Paul, I didn't know.
I
didn't know.
I'm sorry, Dollar, about what happened outside earlier, but in the darkness, I thought you were Gordon.
It's, okay, Paul. You've, more than made up for it. Well, maybe Paul and Ginny will finally get together for keeps. I don't know. I don't even know whether I care. I'm just glad I wasn't involved. That is, any more than I was. Expense account total, including mileage of my car back to Hartford, a lousy $10. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a sweet little old lady involved in one of the dirtiest rackets I know. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Virginia Gregg, Les Tremaine, Sam Edwards, and James McCallion. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
Johnny Dollar.
Les Walters, Johnny, at Worldwide Mutual.
Well, hi, Les.
Say, I heard your report on that man who disappeared up in Eugene, Oregon a couple of weeks ago.
Jonathan Doe?
Yeah.
The man who never really existed?
That's right.
That was a pretty rough one, Les.
I can believe that. So it ought to be a lot easier for you to find a man who does exist. Or who did.
Well, which is it?
I wish I knew. His name is Elmer Loomis. Leumas.
Loomis. So what happened?
I told you he disappeared.
I mean, what have you got to go on? Leads, clues, whatever you want to call them.
Well, that's the funny part of it.
Yeah?
Nothing, Johnny. Absolutely nothing to go on.
You call that funny?
So maybe you better come on over here. We can talk about it.
Well, now, Les.
Yeah?
So maybe you're right.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Worldwide Mutual Insurance Company, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Loomis matter, spelled Leumas. No leads at all, huh? Well, at least it gives me a clean, uncluttered start. So, expense account item 1, $1.10 for a taxi to the office of Worldwide Mutual in the Sperling Building down on the square.
Hi, Johnny. I suppose I could have saved time by telling you over the phone just to pack your bags and head on down to Vineland, but sit down.
Thanks. Vineland, New Jersey?
That's right. About halfway between Philadelphia and Atlantic City.
Yeah, Les, I know the place. I handled a couple of... Hey, wait a minute. You said Loomis?
That's right, Elmer Loomis, the man who disappeared.
Isn't there a Loomis glass company in Vineland?
One of the biggest. Up till a few years ago when he retired, Elmer Loomis was the sole owner of it.
And he must be plenty wealthy, huh?
Millions.
Which offers a lot of possible reasons for his disappearance.
That's right.
Okay, then, Lester, tell me all.
I thought I made myself clear, Johnny, when I said I should have sent you right on down there to Vineland, because all I know about him is that he's wealthy, retired, sportsman, yachtsman, that sort of thing, and he suddenly vanished.
How old a man is he?
Well, according to this copy of the policy, he's 59.
Straight life?
Straight life.
And who stands to benefit if his body just happens to turn up somewhere dead?
His wife, Lena.
How old is she?
Let's see, she was 30 last June.
Aw.
That's right. And incidentally, I understand she's quite a beauty. At least according to Harry Ware, who sold the policy.
Incidentally, huh?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, use your head, Les. Young, attractive woman, wealthy husband, nearly twice her age. Here we go again.
Now, don't go jumping to conclusions, Johnny.
Oh, no, of course not.
Of course not.
But just how soon do you suppose I can make connections to Vineland, New Jersey? Item 2, $4 even for a couple of taxi fares. One back to my apartment where I packed a bag, the other out to Bradley Field. Item 3, $12.55 for a plane to Philadelphia. Item 4, there in the city of brotherly love, $50 deposit on a rental car. After a late and hasty lunch, that's item 5, 2 1/4, I drove across the Delaware River Bridge and picked up Route 47. South Jersey is flat as a pancake, but full of beautiful homes and rich farmland, occasional cranberry bogs, and lots of big poultry farms and peach orchards. So the drive was a pleasant one. Then, in Vineland, the so-called heart of sunny southern Jersey, I went straight to police headquarters, a block off Landis Avenue, the main drag. I contacted Sergeant Louis Tomaso, with whom I'd worked before. As usual, he was right on the ball.
Kind of had a hunch you might be dragged in on this. How are you, Johnny?
Well, pretty good, Louis. Or rather, I'm not so sure. You have any real leads on this case?
Johnny?
Yeah?
Let me hand you a thought for the day.
Okay, shoot.
Don't be surprised when you find that Lena Loomis isn't at all broken up over this loss of her husband, because she isn't. If you ask me, she's downright tickled to death about it.
Is that your snide way of telling me that she's interested in somebody else? Somebody closer to her own age?
Johnny, if I could find out who that somebody else is, but who knows, maybe there isn't any. Or maybe there's a dozen of them. I don't know. This gal is the social type. One big party after another, night after night, month after month, ever since they got married.
And Loomis?
Couldn't stay far enough away from it all. Spend most of his time off on hunting or fishing trips or out on his yacht.
Funny that he ever married her in the first place.
Well, when a gorgeous young charmer starts cooing at a poor, lonely widower, nearly 60, well, what do you expect?
Apparently all she cared about was getting her hooks on his money.
What else?
When did he go?
10 days ago. Got up, had breakfast, announced he was going to spend the day in Philadelphia. Walked out the front door, and that was the last anybody ever saw.
And what about enemies, Lou?
Not a one that anybody knows.
I mean, any reason to think he might have been hauled off and murdered?
The only reason to think he wasn't is the fact he took some luggage, some clothing with him.
Well, that doesn't prove anything. You've questioned his wife, of course.
Yeah. When you get through talking to her, you'll know just as much or as little as I do.
Well, how about his favorite hunting and fishing spots?
Check them all, favorite and otherwise. Nothing.
You say that he owns a yacht.
Owned.
Huh?
A sailboat, a big one. Kept it down in the little town of Tuckahoe on the Tuckahoe River.
So?
He just happened to have sold that yacht 2 days before he disappeared.
Oh.
Johnny, we haven't a single solitary thing to go on.
You sure about that, Lou?
What do you mean?
Not even his wife?
Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment. And now, Act 2 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, and the Loomis Matter.
Expense account item 6580, dinner for Sergeant Louis Tomaso and myself at the East Landis Hotel there in Vineland, New Jersey. Then he gave me some directions, and I left him and drove east on Landis Avenue. In case you're interested, I found out that a guy by the name of Landis founded this fair city. The Loomis home was a massive red brick affair set in the middle of, well, it must have been nearly an acre of huge lawns and trees and flower beds. 25 or 30 rooms, I'd guess, really a mansion. And the long, broad driveway was lined with maple trees. In other words, there was money here, plenty. As for Lena Loomis, wowee. If she was 30, believe me, she didn't look it. And, brother, she had everything. She was tall, lithe, and brunette, with just enough makeup to enhance her soft and gently tanned complexion. She wore a pair of sleek blue velvet capris and a light silk blouse. A subtle touch of arpege that, well, at the risk of sounding repetitious. Wowie.
Well, come in, Johnny.
Yeah. How an old codger, wealthy or not, could ever rate something like this. And framed there in the doorway and a trace of moonlight filtering through the trees, believe me.
Johnny?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Loomis.
Mrs. Loomis? And with that look in your eye? It's Lena, and you know it, and come in.
Yeah, sure, thanks.
Oh, darn it, you would come the one night when I'm not having a party. In here, Johnny.
Yeah.
The place is dead as a doornail. Then I suppose I have to give the servants some time off. Sit down, huh? Like a drink?
Yeah, I think I could use it. No, thanks.
Not even to keep me company? Scotch and soda?
A light one.
Now, I just knew that was you I saw down on Landis.
What? What'd you say?
I say I just knew you'd be coming down here to investigate Elmer's disappearance. So when you rang the doorbell just now, I wasn't the least bit surprised.
Oh, that's so?
Elmer was always a great fan of yours. Your radio program, I mean. Where you tell about all those cases you solved. That's why I knew you the second I saw you.
I see. Well, now, Lena.
Johnny, I'm so fed up with answering questions about him. That Louis Tomaso from the police department has just about driven me crazy with him. He is kind of a cute guy, though, isn't he? Do you know him?
Well, as a matter of fact, I talked with him just before.
Here's your drink.
Oh, thanks.
Bottoms up.
Huh? These glasses must hold about a quart.
Oh, well, you know what I mean. Skull.
Yeah, skull.
Now, Johnny, I don't know how much Louis told you about Elmer vanishing this way, but whatever it was, there's nothing more I can tell you. He's gone. That's all. And you know something? I don't mind a bit.
Yeah, well, I kind of had a notion.
They find his body lying around somewhere? Well, just look at all it gets me. This home and property and all the stock in the glass company he sold and money. More money, Johnny, than you could even imagine.
Yeah. And I believe that his insurance amounts
Oh,
to
the
quite a lot.
insurance. Oh, that's nothing compared to all the money he has lying around in banks all over the place. It'll all be mine. And if you don't think I know how to use it...
You know, there are a couple of things that might put a crimp in your plans, Lena.
what Lena wants, Lena gets. Why do you think I ever married Elmer in the first place? Ooh, Elmer, isn't that a terrible name?
Suppose I find out that he's been murdered.
Now, who would ever want to murder poor, sweet old Elmer, and why?
Oh, maybe to get hold of all this money you've been talking about.
Of course not. I told you I get everything.
That's exactly what I was...
If he just doesn't show up after 7 years, well, you know, the statute of limitations.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And what if he does come back? You know, suffering from amnesia, or maybe he was in an accident somewhere, you know.
Wow.
So I'll do what I can to keep him happy as long as he lives, and then I'll have it all. I don't love him, Johnny, not a bit. But I do try to keep him happy. It's the least I can do.
Lena...
And then when he dies, well, like I said...
Lena, listen to me.
He's a handsome old dog. I'll say that for him. You see? There in that picture on the table beside you.
Yeah, I see. But now listen...
Tall and wiry with that big shock of hair.
Yes, I see it.
But why he kept that mustache and Van Dyke? Well, they made him look even older than he was. I mean, than he is.
What did you mean, was?
What?
Now, Lena, listen. There are some things I want to know.
How about another drink?
For instance, your husband had a yacht.
Oh, didn't you know? He sold it just before he disappeared.
To whom?
Does it matter?
Yes.
Well, it was some man by the name of... Well, here's the bill of sale. His name is Samuel Remley.
Remley.
Right here. R-E-M-L-E, Samuel Remley.
At Tuckahoe, New Jersey.
So now you've asked a question, you've got an answer, so let's have another drink, huh?
So help me, I simply couldn't pin her down to answering my questions. After a solid hour of trying, all I ended up with was an invitation to stick around for a big party she was throwing the following night. Young, charming, attractive, yes. But trying to make sense with her was a lost cause. Finally, standing out at the front door ready to leave, I decided to switch my tactics.
You can't mean that.
That is exactly what I mean, because from what you've told me, what little you've told me, there's only one conclusion I can draw.
John.
And you somehow contrived to have your husband done away with, to get your hands on all that money you've been yapping about.
But don't you see I get it all anyway, sooner or later?
Why wait, huh?
Even if I have to wait out the 7 years for that statute of limitations. Now listen, Johnny.
Yeah?
I don't like this. I don't like the way you're accusing me. You're threatening me.
That's right. I gave you all the chance I could to cooperate, but you wouldn't take...
Now, you just get out. You get out of here.
Sure, for the time being.
No. You stay away from me. Don't you ever come back
You
here.
better play it my way, Lena.
No. Get out.
Oh, well.
Hey, just a minute, buddy.
Oh? Who are you?
Me? I just happened to be looking out for Mrs. Loomis.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I don't like what I was hearing just now.
Oh, that's too bad. Now, if you get out of my way...
Oh, no, you don't, Buster.
Oh, no?
Jerry?
Jerry.
That's right, me.
Of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
When I came to, my card case was gone. There was a lump on my head that must have been made by a blackjack. And inside my head was the solid conviction that Lena Loomis was, without question, responsible for the disappearance, possibly the murder of her husband. I climbed painfully back into my car, drove to the hotel, and after a dirty look from the night clerk, got a rum and hit the sack. Early the next morning, I was down at police headquarters.
Well, not having had a good look at him, you don't give us much to go on.
Yeah, well, look, if you pick them up, Lou, let me take care of them.
Now, Johnny...
Let's just say I want to question them.
Did you get anywhere with Mrs. Loomis?
Oh, Lou, the only question I got straight answers for was... Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah?
The yacht. Did you check out that yacht?
I told you Loomis sold it just before he disappeared. I saw the bill of sale on it myself.
Yeah, so did I. But, Louie, I got a hunch. How far is Tuckahoe?
35 miles. He kept the boat at Wilson's Landing.
Good.
Now listen, Johnny.
Lou, I'm going to play this hunch for all it's worth. It was more than a hunch, because it had to do with a rather strange and interesting combination of names. And the more I thought about it, well, I made tracks to the little town of Tuckahoe, to Wilson's Landing on the Tuckahoe River. Here you are,
are, Mr. Dollar. Right here is where the Lena was tied up.
But the owner, this Mr. Remley, he took it out last night?
Yes, sir.
Did you know the previous owner?
No, I'm kind of new here. But the boss must have. Captain Wilson.
Where is he?
Been down to Atlantic City the past week.
All right. What does this Samuel Remley look like?
Well, Mr. Remley's an old man, about 60.
Yeah?
Tall, slim, kind of wiry.
Full head of hair, a mustache, and a little Van Dyke beard?
Oh, no, sir. Mr. Remley's clean shaved and wears a butch.
Well, now listen.
Yes, sir?
Do you know where he headed for when he took off last night?
No, I don't, sir.
Then show me the nearest telephone. Item 7, $3 for telephone calls. I hit pay dirt on the fourth one to the Coast Guard station at Cape May.
Why, yes, Mr. Dollar. The Lena pulled in here a couple hours ago.
Good.
She's tied up at the clubhouse dock. I can see her from here.
Then, Captain, I'll be right down there. The highway police must have all been looking the other way, for I'm sure I deserved a handful of tickets for speeding on the trip down to Cape May. And there I found the Lena, tied up and taking on supplies. The owner? Well, when I told him who I was, he spread his hands quietly, smiled, led me down into the cabin, and poured a couple of drinks.
Salute, Mr. Dollar.
Salute, Mr. Well, is it Loomis or Remley?
Either. The names tip you off?
It took a while to get through this thick skull of mine, but, well, the rather unusual spelling of your right name, Leumas.
Yes. And spelled backward, it comes out Samuel.
Elmer spelled backward comes out Remley. Elmer Loomis, Samuel Remley.
So obvious, I hoped it might be overlooked. But... Oh, incidentally, I'm sorry about Pete and Jerry.
Pete and Jerry?
The bodyguards I left for Lena. Unknown to her, of course.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to meet those boys again.
But I wanted to be sure she'd be watched over while I was away, taking time to really figure out what to do about her, about our rather pitiful relationship.
That's the reason for the disappearing act?
Yes. I knew that if I suggested just going away alone, she wouldn't hear of it. So...
And you were staying right here in Tuckahoe?
Old Cap Wilson at the landing knew who I was, of course. But nobody else did after I cut my hair and beard. Nobody else had really known me there anyway.
So then last night you took off?
When the boys came down and told me... Oh, here, by the way, you'd better have your credentials back.
Oh, thanks. Where were you going?
I don't know. Most anywhere. I might have realized I wouldn't get away from you, though. I'm a great admirer of yours, Dollar.
Well, thanks.
So, what now?
You've, had time to make up your mind? About your wife, I mean?
No. Yes, I suppose so.
Well, I don't know of any formal charges I ought to make against you. Of course, the Vineland police.
I'll somehow try to make up to them for all the trouble I've caused them. Would you like to sail back to Tuckahoe?
No, thanks. I've got my car. And who knows? Maybe you'd like a little more time to think. Alone. So, it wasn't much of a case after all. The two thugs, Sergeant Louis locked them up for assault, and I guess that'll have to do for them. As for Loomis and his wife, well, I'm glad it isn't my problem. Expense account total, including the trip back to Hartford, $89.50. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar.
At McCracken, Johnny, Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Well, dear Santa Claus.
Huh?
All I want for Christmas is $1 million, a new convertible, a bevy of beautiful blondes, 2 redheads.
Glad you're talking to Santa Claus instead of me.
What's your problem, Pat?
Plain old-fashioned greed.
Greed?
Plus a no-good Samaritan. Want to go to work on it?
What's the fee look like on this one? I can always use a few extra bucks this time of year.
As who can't. But you know something?
What's that?
When you find out what this is all about, Johnny, well, believe it or not, even you may suddenly decide to make like one of Santa's helpers.
Oh, now wait a minute. If that means no fee.
Come on over. Let's talk about it, huh?
Yeah, I think I'd better.
CBS Radio brings you Bob Bailey in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Talk about best-selling records. Here's a familiar tune about America's best-selling filter cigarette, Winston. Winston gives you real flavor, full, rich tobacco flavor. And you know, that's because only Winston has filter blend up front. Choice, flavorful tobaccos, specially selected and specially processed for filter smoking. No wonder Winston tastes good, like a cigarette should. Smoke Winston.
And now, Act One of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to the Universal Adjustment Bureau, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the sudden wealth matter. Pat McCracken trying to chisel me out of a fee? Well, there was one way to find out. Expense account item one, $1 even for a cab to his office. On second thought, just in case, let's call it $1.50. When I got there, Pat got straight to the
Johnny,
point.
as you know, we adjust insurance claims, do a lot of other services for a lot of small companies.
So?
Well, a good many of them cater to the farming communities. Not only home and property insurance, but they push endowment, the retirement type of policies. Companies like, Amalgamated Life, Trinity Mutual, New Britain Mutual, and so on.
I think I've worked for all of them.
Well, then you know the sort of clientele they cater to.
So what's happened?
2 years ago, out in South Dakota, in a big agricultural area.
Just a few days before Christmas? Wow. Now listen, Pat,
huh? We suddenly got notice that a lot of people in a town near Sioux Falls were cashing in their insurance.
Well,
then a little over a year ago, the same thing happened in a farming section near Fayetteville, Tennessee. And about 6 months ago at a small town near Macon, Georgia. And these people are not only cashing in their policies, but they were borrowing on their land, hawking their furniture, raising cash any way they possibly could.
For what purpose?
To invest in the stock market.
Oh, well, maybe you can't blame them.
Johnny.
Own a few shares myself, some AT&T,
Sure.
GE, some Union Carbide.
Yeah, but you buy those blue chips, and through a legitimate broker.
Well, doesn't everybody?
Not these people. They were handing their dough over to some guy who moved into town and promised to double any money they gave him inside of 3 weeks.
Oh, no. That old racket?
That old racket.
They'd give him $100 to invest for them, and 3 weeks later he'd return them $200?
Yes.
And when the word got around, everybody in town would start handing him his life savings.
Yes. And out of the money coming in, he'd pay off the early suckers. Pay them 2 for 1. So they and all the rest of the pigeons would keep handing him more and more. And then, of course...
Oh, sure. As soon as he got a really big bundle in his hands, he'd disappear.
Exactly.
Oh, brother. One of the oldest, dirtiest, meanest rackets in the world.
And the poor, greedy people are still falling for it and getting burned.
And the authorities haven't been able to catch up with this guy?
By the time they have, he's been gone. And now the latest series of policy cancellations started coming in only a few weeks ago from a town called Enterprise, New Jersey.
Well, then, Pat, there may be time to nab him.
I hope so.
But why aren't the local authorities doing something about it?
The man is still paying off, Johnny. You know, the early investors. You can't nab him for that.
Oh, well, what he's really doing, though, is setting up the later suckers for a big killing.
Of course.
But isn't anybody wise to what he's up to?
Who knows? Maybe there are a few who are smart enough to get in at the beginning during the big build-up.
Yeah, but they'll get their money back.
Why, sure, doubled. But then, when he gets enough new money...
Well, aren't the police wise to him?
Suppose they are, Johnny. What can they do so long as he keeps paying off as promised?
Oh, brother. Of all the dirty, rotten...
Well, you want to go look?
I sure do, Pat. And you can pay my expense account, but that's all. You know, on account of Christmas or something.
I kind of thought you'd feel that way about it.
Yeah. I'll be in touch.
Take your teenagers, give them a Stereo One portable by Columbia, and there's a new sound of pleasure in your home and a brand new kind of fun. Only Columbia gives you a big six-speaker stereo portable phonograph with all the rich tone and range of big console models, and it's only $139.95. Columbia has a wide selection of portable phonographs, and they're all flawlessly engineered by CBS Electronics. They all play any and all records, 45s, 78s, and the new LP and stereo records, and play them better with true big sound. You just can't buy a better portable than a Stereo One portable phonograph by Columbia. You can't find a better buy either. Portable prices start as low as $39.95. Christmas is the time to give your youngsters a gift they'll get fun and pleasure from all through the year. Time to give them a Stereo One portable phonograph by Columbia, #1 in the wonderful world of sound. And now, Act Two of yours truly, Johnny Dollar and the Sudden Wealth Matter.
Expense account item 26250. And it includes a plane to Philadelphia, and there in the city of brotherly love, a $50 deposit on a rental car. I drove south on 47 into the farm country, through Vineland, then Millville, and finally to the little town of Enterprise. It had a main street a few blocks long that looked a bit run down at the seams. There was a food, clothing, and a variety store, a drugstore, a movie, and a couple of gas stations. There was a railroad station for shipping out the farm produce, but the lot around it was overgrown with weeds. A block east of the station was well, it was an old, somewhat nondescript sort of building, but over the front door was a weathered wooden sign that told the world it was the city hall. Inside, at the end of a corridor, I found a door that bore the legend Police Headquarters. Police Headquarters?
That's right, son. I'm the chief of police, Chief Walters. What'd you say your name is?
Well, I didn't, but it's Johnny Dollar.
Well, pull up a chair and sit, Mr. Dollar.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Now, what can I do for you?
Chief Walters, I'm an insurance investigator.
Huh? Oh, sure, Johnny. Sure, I know all about you. I hear all about them cases you investigate on the radio. Yeah, I catch it on WCAU in Philadelphia.
Good. Well, now listen,
I hope you didn't bother coming down here just on account of I took some cash out of my policy.
You did?
Well, tell you the truth, Johnny, a lot of people did. Oh, you know how it is. Something special comes along, you can use some extra cash. Oh, but now don't you give it a second thought.
Oh, why do you say that?
Well, a few more weeks from now, the folks in this town will be buying up more insurance than ever. They'll be buying more of everything.
Uh-huh. You mind telling me why?
Well, because we'll all have a lot more money, that's why. In spite of what Mr. Lowry says.
Oh, who's Mr. Lowry?
Oh, he runs that piddling paper. You know, the Gazette.
What he says about what, Chief?
Well, now, I'll tell you this, Johnny. He puts any of them things that he says about Mr. Morgan in his paper, the folks won't buy it anymore.
Morgan?
John D. Morgan. Yeah, he's the man that's putting this town on its feet again, now that the farmer's dropped off.
John D. Morgan.
One of his grandpappy's relatives on his mother's side was a Rockefeller, and another one was a Morgan. Big financiers, just like he is.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, see, he belongs to that New York Stock Exchange.
He told you that?
That he did, son.
Well, then I have a sneaking suspicion he's the man I came down here to see.
I would if I was you. Why, Johnny, when he come here, Jerry Chisholm give him $20 to invest for him. 3 weeks, and he give Jerry back 40.
Yeah, I've heard about this.
And then the widow Pasquale give him 25.
So, 3 weeks later, he gave her 50 back.
Yes, sir. So now she's going to dig up some more to invest. Well, just like everybody else in town, including me.
Uh-huh. Has he told you why he's being so good to you folks?
Yeah, sure has. And it's a mighty fine thing.
Why?
Well, because it was right here that one of his ancestors got his start. His name was Josiah Morgan.
Josiah Morgan?
Yes, sir. Back in 1800 something.
I see.
So he's come here to show his gratitude for the town that give his family a start. That's what.
Oh, yeah.
So, Johnny,
You just invest everything you can with him, and you'll be glad you did.
Where'll I find this John D. Morgan?
Over at the Parker house. Johnny, he made old man Parker turn the whole third floor into a suite for him and keep the hotel safe up there to keep our money in. Yeah, and you know what he spends for that suite of rooms? $100 every week. Wowie.
Okay, Chief, thanks very much.
Of course, you being from out of town, though.
Well, are you on pretty good terms with him?
Oh, sure am. Well, I probably sent him more folks with their money than anybody.
Oh, well, then maybe you can do me a favor, then.
Well, sure, Johnny, sure. Anything you say.
Well, look, Chief, call him up. Tell him you'll send me over. Tell him I'm, one of the hometown boys who made good in selling on the road, and that I've come back here for the holidays.
Yes. All right. Now, I'm sure he'll let you in. Yeah, just like he tells us, Johnny, the more money he can get a hold of, the more he can make for all of us.
Oh, sure.
Only, why is it you don't want him to know what you really do?
Well, personal reasons, and he might think I don't need the extra money.
Okay, Johnny. Anything you say.
Yeah, good. Meantime, I'll call on Mr. Lowry at the Gazette.
Yes, well, now, don't you believe him, Johnny. That suspicious old crackpot don't know what he's talking about. All he is trying to do is to make up a lot of scandal for that lousy paper of his.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
We'll see.
Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar, in a moment.
Meet star Stuart Irwin.
Nothing's worse for an actor than a nasty cold. To feel better quickly, I take wonderful 4-way cold tablets. The fast way to relieve cold distress.
Right. Tests of all the leading cold tablets proved 4-way fastest acting. 4-way starts in minutes to relieve muscular pains, headache, reduce fever, calm upset stomach, also overcomes irregularity.
Take my advice. For your next cold, take 4-way cold tablets. The fast way to relieve those cold miseries.
4-way, only 29 cents.
And now here's a word about another fine product of Grove Laboratories. Does dandruff dull your hair, leave scalp itchy? Get Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo and get rid of unsightly dandruff in 3 minutes. 3 minutes with Fitch regularly is guaranteed to keep embarrassing dandruff away forever. Apply Fitch before wetting hair, rub in 1 minute. Add water, lather 1 minute. Rinse 1 minute. Every trace of dandruff goes down the drain. 3 minutes with Fitch, unsightly dandruff's gone. Fitch can also leave your hair up to 35% brighter. Fitch Dandruff Remover Shampoo. And now, Act 3 of yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Believe me, I've tried to pound some sense into their heads, Mr. Dollar, but they won't listen to me. If I print something about that shyster in my paper, they won't buy it. It's unbelievable. All they do is keep handing over more of their hard-earned money to us.
Oh, sure, but they're getting it back, aren't they, Mr. Lowry, plus a handsome profit?
Sure they are, those who gave him money over 3 weeks ago. So what do they do then? They go out and beg and borrow some more and give that to him. You just can't reason.
So he keeps taking in more than he's paying out?
10 times as much, every day. But as soon as he's got hold of every cent these people can cough up for him, well, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, if only I could get some action around here. Get him locked up in jail.
Yeah, but how can you as long as he's paying out on the original investments? You have no case against him.
I know.
Why, he'd sue for false arrest and have you over a barrel.
Of course.
Oh, the suckers would rally to his side and you couldn't prove a thing on him.
I know.
You simply can't touch him, Mr. Lowry, until he makes a break for it.
Yes, but who knows when he'll try it. If he's clever enough to do what he's doing, and with the stupid one-man police force in this town...
Wait a minute.
Yes?
There's one way of knowing when he'll try to duck out of here.
How?
By giving him the necessary encouragement.
The only encouragement you could give to a man like him would be in the form of money.
That's right. Now, look, I got a plan, Mr. Lowry. It'll take your complete cooperation. And it may take the use of some of your money.
My money?
It's a chance, but the one chance we have.
Now, that's carrying things a little too far.
Hey, look. Are you on my side or his?
Well, you know the answer to that.
Okay. Then our job right now is to convince him that we're on his side.
What?
Yeah, sure. The only thing that'll make this John D. Morgan pack up and leave is more money.
Well, of course. When he gets all he can out of the people.
So listen to me, please. I want you to do 2 things. Now, I hear the press running back there.
Yes, I started the run of today's paper just before you came.
Stop the press.
What?
Yeah, set up a new front page. An apology for your previous attitude toward him.
Apology?
You know, now that you've seen with your own eyes what a good Samaritan he really is, what he's done for these people, what he'll continue to do for them.
Mr. Dollar, I
And
don't...
look, call in every kid in town if you have to, but get that paper in circulation. Then you call on Morgan.
Call on?
Yeah, with every penny you can scrape up. Give it to him to invest for you. Hey, is the local bank still open?
Yes, it will be in for a couple of hours, but now look here, Mr. Dollar.
Then I'll try to get hold of some money myself to give to that crook.
You? Well, Dollar, don't you see
Do you think he'll hang around once he's got his hands on a real bundle? Hey, don't you understand, Mr. Lowry? Well?
Why, yes, of course.
Sure. It's the only way to make him try to leave town with it.
Yes, it's a chance, though, Mr. Dollar.
Have you got a better idea? While Mr. Lowry set up a new front page and got the paper back in the press, I went over to the city hall. Under protest, Chief Walters went through the old town records. And when he found no record of any Jodiah Morgan, he kind of changed his mind about John D. Then I spent item 3, $1.50 for a call to the Securities and Exchange Commission in New York. They'd never even heard of our shyster friend. Chief Walters' protest then was because I wouldn't let him go straight to the hotel and slap the cuffs on John D. Morgan.
And he is a crook. Lowry over at the Gazette was right.
Well, sure, of course he was. But look, if you try to arrest Morgan now, you'll only make trouble for yourself. Until we get proof, we have...
Bang that dirty crooked. What can I do, Johnny?
Well, I got a plan going, Chief. I'll tell you about it on the way to the bank.
Oh, what kind of a plan?
Did you phone Morgan I'd be over to invest with him?
Yes, sir.
Good.
And when I said your name, well, he made me repeat it for him. But I didn't tell him who you really are. I mean, what you do.
Good. Now, you can help some more by taking everything you have out of the bank.
Huh?
Sure. To invest with John D. Morgan.
What?
Come on. I'll tell you what it's all about. At the bank, I laid the whole thing out to the president, a dignified old man by the name of Peterson. He, too, agreed to cooperate. Item 4, then $2.25 for a call to Pat McCracken back in Hartford.
$10,000?
Yeah, wire it to my account right here at this bank. Now, Pat. Immediately.
And you're going to hand it over to that crook?
That's right.
Well, Johnny, if something goes wrong, if he gets
It's
away...
a chance we gotta take, Pat. Well?
Okay, Johnny, whatever you say.
Attaboy. Now, Mr. Peterson.
Mr. Dollar, my own wife has just gone to see Morgan with $5,000 for him.
Oh?
And if that doesn't, well, I guess flush him out is
Yeah,
the term.
good. And yet, I wonder.
Yes.
Well, I just hope we aren't overdoing this thing now. Enough to make him smell a rat, I mean.
No, of course not, Johnny. Ain't you seen the Afternoon Gazette?
Precisely. With the paper now supporting instead of fighting him, more people than ever have gone there to give him money.
Yeah, but if he does get suspicious, I think I'd better go over there and see him.
Whatever you say.
But until Pat wires me that $10,000...
Oh, here, Mr. Dollar. Here's $1,000 in cash.
Huh?
From my own personal account. And if you need more...
No, thanks. But this ought to be enough to convince him I'm sold on him. Hope I'm not too late.
Not unless he were to find out who you really are.
Come on, Chief, let's... Hey.
Yes, Mr. Dollar?
How does Morgan get around?
Johnny, you mean you ain't seen that beautiful limousine, that brand new...
Where does he keep it?
He rents the garage back of Miss Goodwin's house on Wood Street, a couple of blocks west of the hotel.
Okay, Chief, then I'll meet you at Morgan's hotel room.
Okay, Johnny.
And don't, for heaven's sake, tip him off about this.
I'll go along with the chief.
Yeah, do that. I found the Goodwin house on Wood Street. I found the garage and back. But there were no keys in the limousine inside of it. And rather than lose time breaking open the trunk, possibly to find nothing, well, I remembered an old trick I'd used once before. Then over to the hotel and up to the 3rd floor. But instead of John D. Morgan, I found half the population of Enterprise milling around in it. I had to force my way through to where Chief Walters and the banker, Mr. Peterson, were standing in front of an old-fashioned open safe.
Too late, Mr. Dollar. We got here too late.
What?
Don't you see, Johnny? He skipped. He's already skipped out on us. Must have got wise to you.
I had the chief order Mr. Parker to open the safe and look. Look at what everybody who came in here thought were bundles of money. Their money in it.
Wads of paper with bills on the outside to make them look
Dollar, listen to me.
Yeah, Mr. Lowry.
These people feel that you were responsible for this.
Me?
And after making me give my last penny to them a while ago, Dollar, I can't help wondering myself.
Oh, now look, use your head. Listen to me, listen.
All right, I'm listening.
Well, doesn't anybody know where he went?
He must have went out the window in the back room when he seen me and Mr. Peterson coming.
The back window, huh? Okay. The very eagerness of that crowd to stop me was the only thing that let me get away and safely down the fire escape. For they jammed so tightly into that back room, into the window itself, that it was a long, precious second before the slow, clumsy old police chief could start down after me. I tore on over to the garage again. And there, sitting in the car, was John D. Morgan. One hand on the starter key, the other with a Colt 38 leveled at my head.
You, huh? I might have known you'd done something to my car when I saw you leaving this garage for the hotel a few minutes ago, Dollar.
That's right, Morgan. I took the rotor off the distributor.
Then put it back quickly, or so help me, Dollar.
Sorry, old man. It stays right here in my pocket.
And you give me no choice. I'll have to kill you and take it away.
All right, wait a minute, Morgan. Look out there on the street.
Oh, those people.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't think they like you anymore. You see their faces? Not very pleasant looking, are they?
Oh, no, let me... Oh, help me. They'll kill me.
Maybe. You had that money for them?
But yes, it's in the trunk of this car, all of it.
Then you'd better open it up and be ready to give it back to them.
Yes, tell them I will. I'll give it all back, all of it.
After you let me have that gun.
What?
Come on. I'd hate to think of what they might do if they saw you waving that thing around.
Oh, here, take it, please.
Okay. Now get out and open up that trunk for him. That mob, slowly, menacingly moving in on us, was something I won't forget for a long, long time. Matter of fact, it was Morgan tossing out the money, shrieking out a confession, promising to pay them all back that saved me from them. And now, of course, he'll be taken care of by the courts. Yeah, plenty. Expense account total less the $50 deposit on my rental car, $38.25. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Our star will return in just a moment. How's your Christmas shopping coming? Not leaving everything for the last minute, we hope. Remember, as a practical gift-hunting matter, the best selections usually go to the earliest shoppers. Another thing, last-minute men compete with the biggest crowds in the stores and streets and face greater accident danger. CBS Radio suggests shop early and safely for a healthy, happy holiday season. And here's a suggestion for Christmas buying that's really giving the best.
Almost Christmas, no time to lose. Lots and lots of gifts to choose. Give him,
Give her
a gift set by Yardley.
for her an array of all new Yardley gifts, $1.50 to $13.50. A Yardley Red Roses spray mist and soap set, $3.50. All prices plus tax. Yardley.
Give him
Give her
a gift set by Yardley.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, the strangest disappearance I've ever been called on to investigate. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, starring Bob Bailey, originates in Hollywood and is written, produced, and directed by Jack Johnstone. Heard in our cast were Lawrence Dobkin, Forrest Lewis, Junius Matthews, Edgar Barrier, and Russell Thorson. Be sure to join us next week, same time and station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Dan Cubberly speaking.
Time once again for another tale of suspense as this popular weekly drama follows on the CBS Radio Network.
As you smoke a Duke, you get a sense of ease and comfort that grows with every puff. Because new king-size Duke is king-size in the filter, where it matters most.
According to figures from the National Safety Council, 4,400 youngsters under 15 were killed last year in traffic accidents. Your first reaction will probably be that these accidents were the driver's fault. In many cases, you would be absolutely right. But the drivers are not the only ones to blame for this needless toll. Parents, too, have a great responsibility to see that their children don't get into situations that could result in tragedy. Parents have perhaps the greatest responsibility and the greatest loss when they don't live up to those responsibilities. Do you, as a parent, know precisely where your child is at this very moment? Is he fully aware of the dangers of playing near traffic? Is he of school age? And do you know the route he takes to school? Is it the safest route? When you walk with him, do you yourself use the same safety rules you hope he follows when you're not around? These are important questions. Ask yourself. Radio 59 WROW, first on the dial.
Johnny Dollar.
Well, hi, old Johnny.
Hmm?
This is your old cousin Luther.
Cousin Luther?
Luther Pennaroll, Nashville.
Oh, sure. Four State Insurance Company. How are you, Lou?
Tolerable, Johnny, tolerable. But, ooh, have I got me a problem.
What kind of problem?
A Henry Sweetwater problem on account of the accident policy we sold him.
Well, if you sold him a policy and he's had an accident, I'm afraid you're stuck with it.
Yeah? Even if that accident was on purpose?
Oh?
Yes, sir. I think that old man Sweetwater is trying to take us, that's what. And if you can come on down here and prove it, Johnny, well, that's fraud, you know?
Okay, Luther. I'm on my way.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account. America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Four State Insurance Company, Nashville, Tennessee office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Hood of Death matter. Expense account item 1, $5.80 for a cab to Bradley Field. Item 2, $58.36 plane fare. Thanks to a good air connection from New York, it was only a few minutes after noon when we circled in over Nashville, passing the tower of station WLAC. Nashville is a beautiful city, set in a bowl-shaped valley surrounded by lush, wooded hills. It straddles the Cumberland River, retaining its quiet Old South charm. We landed at Berry Field Airport. Item 3, $1.70 for a cab into the Dinkler Andrew Jackson Hotel, where I parked my luggage. Then a couple of minutes later, met Luther Pennyroyal in front of his office.
Okay now, Johnny. This cheap, chiseling, conniving client of ours is an old crook by the name of Mr. Henry Sweetwater. Don't let that name fool you.
Why a crook, Lou?
Well, he made himself a pile of money with a lot of snide property deals. Used to say that if you could outsmart Sweetwater, you could outsmart the devil himself. And it's true.
Oh, I see.
And knowing how he'd try and cheat us, maybe I was wrong in writing up an accident policy with all the special clauses he demanded.
Oh, wait a minute. What kind of an accident he had?
Well, he said he was hit by a car down to where he lives.
I take it you don't believe it.
No, sir. I think he faked it, just to get his hand back in again and outsmart somebody.
And you had a doctor look him over?
Yes, sure. And on account of he carried his little act too far, he did get a busted arm.
Well,
just the same, Johnny, I just don't believe it was any accident. And Doc Carraway don't neither. And all the extra stuff that he's claiming, and when you see him and talk to him and see what a conniving old fox he is, you won't think so neither.
All right, then why don't we go see him?
We are, Johnny. Here's my car. Get in.
What's the name of this town? Laverne, did you say, Lou?
That's right, about 10 more miles. Old Sweetwater's home.
You keep calling him old. How old is he?
77.
Oh? Lives alone, does he?
No, sir. He's married to the prettiest young gal you ever did see.
He is, huh?
And I'll tell you this, too, Johnny. If he hadn't come along with all his money, I would have tried to marry up with Bill and May myself.
Wait a minute, Lou. There could be a familiar pattern there. You think she might have married him for his money?
You don't want the truth? I really believe she did.
In other words, if he were to have a fatal accident...
Oh, now, listen, Johnny. You're trying to say that Bill and May
Rich
could be...
old man with a pretty young wife. It's happened before, you know.
No, she couldn't.
Don't be too sure.
Maybe she did marry him for money. She's staying with him on account of she loves him.
Well, we'll see.
And I guess that's the only reason I haven't gotten hitched up with her sister, Patty Jane.
What do you mean?
Now, Patty Jane wants money, too, in addition to what they give her to live on.
Well, wait a minute. If she, too, would benefit if something happens to him...
No, Johnny. She's just a kind of member of the family, and she... Now, what's the matter with this car?
Maybe a bad plug?
Yeah. Anyhow, the reason I called you is I think old Sweetwater knows I'm wise to him, see? And if he does, Johnny, there is nothing that old rascal wouldn't do to keep me from proving he's trying... Now, what is the matter with this thing? Listen, you all hear that funny sound?
Pull off the road, Lou. Come on, pull over. Hurry.
Sounds like it's under the hood.
Just don't talk. Stop her. All right, come on. Now, let's get that hood up.
Oh, sure. Sure, Johnny. If you like.
All right, now, let's see here.
Well, what's all the excitement about?
There it is. Here, now. I got it. Right through this.
Bomb. That was a bomb?
Yeah. Neatly wired up to your ignition. Come on, Lou. Let's get down there and see him.
Only a bit more now, Johnny. Boy, am I shook up.
It was a close call.
I told you, Johnny, if he ever got wise that I was wise to him, something like this might happen. Well, we'll be there soon.
Now, go on now, Lou. You were telling me about Sweetwater's so-called accident.
Uh-huh. Well, he claims that after the car hit him, he just lay there at the bottom of this hill until Bill and May come driving up 2-3 hours later from shopping up to Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
So, on top of his broken arm, he's claiming shock, disability, and everything else he can think of. But what I'm going to claim after what happened back there, well, you just wait.
Doesn't make any sense, though, Lou.
It don't, huh? Oh, well, you see.
Who would have wired that thing up for him? Who is this Dr. Carraway you mentioned?
Even older than Sweetwater. Used to be an Austell calf. But I'll say this for him.
Yeah?
When he couldn't find any sign of an accident, no tire marks or nothing, well, he's the one called me up. And then when Sweetwater wouldn't give us some real facts about the accident, or how it come he didn't hear the car coming at him, or how it come he didn't take a look at it when it hit him, if it was a car that hit him, well, then I knew he was faking us. Now, look, right about here, just before we turn up the hill to the house, is where he says it happened.
Mm-hmm. That's a nice modern house up there. 2-car garage, huh?
One for Bill and May and one for Patty Jane to use when she comes to visit. And you see that smoke out of that chimney?
From a fireplace this time of year?
Even this time of year. The old coot just sits there in front of his fire, figuring out ways...
This ever happened to you? You're driving down a long highway or working late, and then monotony makes you feel drowsy. Perk up with No-Dose. No-Dose keeps you alert with the same safe refresher found in coffee. Yet No-Dose is faster, handier, more reliable. Absolutely not habit-forming. The safe way to stay alert without harmful stimulants. No-Dose.
That explosion not only blew out the chimney end of the living room, but the force of it stopped our car in its tracks. Fortunately, there was no fire, only a rain of bricks, mortar, and glass. Then as we jumped out of the car, we saw him tottering through what was left of the front door.
Johnny, look! That's him, old Henry Sweetwater.
He's still on his feet. Uh-oh, not anymore. Come on. Well, he's still alive. We've got to get him to a doctor. Within 2 minutes, not only Dr. Carraway, but half the population of Laverne were there. They'd heard the explosion and come running. The doctor and I carried Henry Sweetwater upstairs and put him to bed. The doctor said Sweetwater was going to be okay, so Lou and I went downstairs and looked around for the cause of the explosion. Dynamite. That's what it was, Dr. Carraway.
Yes, sir, Mr. Dollar. You're right. It was dynamite. I could smell it plain as day the minute I got here. Same as you did.
Apparently, Doctor, it went off right here in the fireplace.
But why it didn't kill him, I can't
Well,
understand.
because he wasn't sitting right in front of it.
Well, how do you know, Johnny?
Bits of his clothing in the doorway to the kitchen. See? Must have lighted the fire, decided to get something in the kitchen. Made it far enough to save his being blown to bits.
You're right. And you see, Johnny?
See what?
He waited till he saw us coming, threw in the dynamite, then got far enough away so it wouldn't hurt him too bad.
Mr. Dollar, you think that he did it?
No, I certainly don't. Lou, that cockeyed theory about his trying to hurt himself is just exactly that. Completely cockeyed. Somebody is out to get him.
Looks that way now.
But why, Johnny?
I don't know yet. Do you? Or you, Doctor?
No, sir.
And if that same person planted the bomb that we found in Lou's car...
Bomb,
yes,
sir?
Apparently to keep Lou and me from getting here.
Or maybe it was meant for you, Johnny.
Well, that's a possibility, I guess. Anyhow, as soon as Mr. Sweetwater comes to, I want to ask him a few things.
Well, now, that may not be for quite a while now.
Why not, Doctor?
Well, you see, I gave him a little sedative, but just a weak one on account of his heart.
Oh, he has a heart condition?
No, not really, not bad. But a man of his age...
Not good, neither. You all ask me if the shock of all this don't bring on another heart attack. Well, I just hope it don't kill him. But now, Johnny.
Yeah?
I still don't get it. If he himself didn't set off that dynamite, being all locked up alone in here, who did?
That's a good question, Lou. And he had been locked inside that house. It was the first thing I checked on. Doors, windows, everything. And there were dead latches on the doors that had to have been locked from the inside. Unless, of course, there was somebody with a key who might... Yes, somebody with a key.
Only one got a key is Miss Billy May, his own wife, and her sister, Miss Patty.
Tell me this, Doctor. Did he always lock himself in when he was alone here?
You mean all them dead latch locks he put on when he first come here?
Yes.
No, sir. After he got to know the place and the neighbor folk, why, Henry was always hoping they'd drop in and keep him company. The place was always wide open.
In other words, he was afraid of something today, or someone.
Someone that come here and actually try to kill him?
Didn't somebody try it with a car?
But Johnny, like I say, with him alone here and the only one who could plant that dynamite.
Oh, wait now. You all suppose somebody could have called on him before and put in a device?
A timer, you mean, to set it off? No, Doctor. There'd have been traces of it.
But don't you see what you're doing then, Johnny? You're saying that he himself had to throw that stick of dynamite in there.
Wait a minute. Maybe he did.
And try to kill himself?
No, I'm thinking of an old trick of the 49ers, Doctor, during the gold rush days in California, where dynamite was plentiful.
What?
A common trick to get rid of a claim jumper was... Come on, Lou. We're going to take a look at the woodpile.
Woodpile?
That's right. Come on. We found them. Half a dozen logs that somebody had gone to work on with a brace and bit, bored a hole in each one, lengthwise, pushed in a stick of dynamite, then plugged up the end.
Hey, you just look there, Johnny. They're all right here together, where somebody could sneak them out without disturbing the rest of the pile.
And then plant them on top so the old man would pick them up and take them inside. All right, then, Lou. All we have to find out now is who. Because if he's tried to murder the old man twice, he'll try it again.
He, Johnny?
He, she, whoever it is.
You feel better about smoking with the taste of Kent.
With the micronite filter.
Refines away harsh flavor. Refines away hot taste. It makes the taste of a cigarette mild as a balmy day in the month of May.
Kent is the best for the flavor you like. Kent is the best for the flavor you like.
Refines away harsh flavor. Refines away hot taste. It makes the taste of a cigarette mild as a balmy day in the month of May.
Kent is the best.
Kent with the micronite filter.
Kent is the best.
Kent with the micronite filter.
Kent is the best.
You feel better about smoking with the taste of Kent. Kent with the micronite filter. Refines away harsh flavor. Refines away hot taste.
By the time Lou and I got back in from the woodpile, Billy May had come home. And I make no bones about it. Up till then, she'd been my number one suspect. But as I watched her there, caring for him with a gentleness and devotion that you couldn't fake, and then talked with her later.
And I've telephoned my sister, Patty Jane, Mr. Dollar, to come on up here.
Oh?
Yes, sir. You see, Patty's done some nursing. Between us, we can watch over Henry every single minute until he's all well again.
Well, that's a good idea, Mrs. Sweetwater.
Oh, just call me Billy May, please.
All right, Billy May.
Oh, and I sure am glad that Dr. Carraway got here so soon.
Half the town was here within minutes.
Well, if he isn't much of a doctor anymore, he's a sweet old man, and I think it's just fine of him to let bygones be bygones and take care of Henry this way.
Bygones be...
Oh, only now I better go on up again and make sure he's comfortable. Oh, and Johnny?
Yes?
With Dr. Carraway gone home for supper and with Luther Pennerall gone back to Nashville, though I don't know why, with Patty Jane coming... Well, after what's happened, if maybe you'd stay around a while, even after Patty gets here.
Sure, I'll be glad to.
Oh, thank you.
I wanted to meet Patty Jane because she, too, would reap substantial benefits from Henry Sweetwater's death. She arrived, and although she was a good deal like Billy May in many ways, young, attractive, well-spoken, there were important differences. This was a cool, calculating, practical one. Her care of the old man was calm, quiet, efficient, but I didn't feel for a minute that she really liked him. And when Billy May had gone upstairs to rest a while, and we sat there in what was left of the living room...
Of course, I wouldn't weep too much if he died, Johnny. But that isn't going to keep me from caring for him just as well as I can.
Well, I hope not. Is he still unconscious?
Oh, yes. He's been wide awake several times.
I wish I'd known that.
But now he's gone back to sleep again. Did you say you wish you'd known?
Well, a few people that I wanted to ask him about.
Oh, I see.
Do you, Patty?
Johnny, you know who he thinks run him down the other day?
Who, Patty?
Me.
You? Why?
Well, because of Billy May, he's been real good to me, Johnny. And I'll be one of his beneficiaries. It isn't true, Johnny, but I believe he thinks I'd do most anything to get hold of that money so I could be independent of him, so I could go off and marry Luther Penroll and still live the way I like to.
You and Lou still like each other, huh?
We would have gotten married, Johnny, if Lou or me had ever had any money. And maybe when Henry does die, Lou was going to be a botanist, you know, if he hadn't had enough to finish college. He still wants to be.
Mm-hmm. But instead he's had to settle for the insurance business, huh?
Yes.
But he knows that you'll come into money someday.
Yes, and then maybe we can... Now, wait a minute, Johnny. What do you mean by that?
Motive, Patty.
You mean for trying to kill Henry? Luther? Now, listen, Johnny.
All right, now, tell me this. Was there some kind of trouble between Henry and Dr. Carraway?
Well, yes, sure, of course there was. But from the way that he's caring for Henry now, that's forgotten. But, Johnny...
What kind of trouble was it?
Oh, Dr. Carraway felt that Henry skinned him out of some money once. And I guess he did. Henry skinned a lot of people out of a lot of things. But now, listen...
Now, tell me, when is the doctor coming back again?
Sometime tonight, he said, but it might be late.
Well, then, Patty, since Lou took his car with him, I'd like to borrow yours.
Well, of course, Johnny. But now, listen, please.
I'll see you later, I did a lot of thinking during that drive back to Nashville. Suspects, all of them had a motive. Patty and Billy May would inherit a fortune. Lou, then married to Patty, would be set up for life. And old Doc Carraway, regardless of how well he was behaving now, he had a score to settle with Henry because of money. Wait, though. Could one of the girls have run him down with a car? Well, maybe so. But then rig the dynamite in that firewood? Hardly. But young Lou? Or an old osteopath with strong hands? Maybe again. As for the bomb in the car, though... Now, let's see. My first step was to stop at Lou's apartment. He wasn't in. All the better. I slipped the lock, went over the place inch by inch. No sign of dynamite or anything even remotely connected with it. But I did learn that Lou was keeping up his interest in botany. Some exotic plants that he kept there under glass. And one of them, familiar. All too familiar. I grabbed the phone book and finally got hold of a doctor who was willing to drive down to Laverne with me despite the late hour.
I only hope it doesn't embarrass Dr. Carraway for me to look in on his patient, Mr. Dollar.
Well, as I told you, Dr. Bradley, Carraway is quite old and semi-retired.
Well, that's the only reason I've come.
The thing I'm most worried about, Doctor, is the effect of this whole thing on Mr. Sweetwater's heart, because I understand...
Yes, Mr. Dollar?
Yes, it was Lou Pennyroyal who planted that idea.
What?
No, never mind. Here we are. And that's the house, right up there. Look, not only Dr. Carraway's, but Lou's car is there again. Come on, Dr. Bradley, let's get in there. Since that dynamite didn't work, let's hope there hasn't been time for something else.
Oh, Johnny.
Yes, this is Dr. Horace
Oh,
Bradley,
Johnny,
Patty.
it's too late.
What?
Dr. Carraway's up there with him now.
Yes, Johnny, it looks like the end for poor old Henry.
Too late, hmm?
His heart, Johnny, just a little while ago. If only you'd still been
Dr.
here.
Bradley.
Yes?
Up those stairs. First door on the right.
Yes, Dollar.
All right, now look, what happened?
Well, all evening we've been looking in on him, every few minutes, taking care of him.
What do you mean by we?
Billy May and Lou and me.
And every time he took his medicine, he looked just fine, Johnny.
But then, a few minutes ago, when I went up again...
Yes?
Oh, Johnny, I could see right away it was a heart attack.
You couldn't?
Yeah, and poor little Billy May is prostrated.
Heart attack, huh?
Dr. Carraway says it is, too.
Well, I say that he's wrong. Dr. Bradley? Dr. Bradley, listen to me, Doctor.
I know it looks like a heart attack, Dr. Carraway, but we'd better be sure. Well, I am absolutely sure.
Well, I'm not.
Mr. Dollar.
Dr. Bradley, listen to me, please.
Yes?
If you've an antidote, any kind of treatment for aconite poison, use it immediately.
Aconite?
Yes.
Aconitum napellus?
That's right, the stuff that's made out of the monkshood plant.
Did you say monkshood,
Of
Miss?
course.
I should have thought of it. That red face, the protuberant veins, impaired vision, the trouble in breathing. Then it isn't a heart attack?
No, not if Mr. Dollar's hunch is right.
Johnny?
Billy May, Dr. Bradley is sure now that he can pull him through.
Oh, thank God.
Patty, did she go along with Lou when the police came to pick him up?
No, she's in her room, but... Well, she'll get over it.
I hope so. She's a nice kid.
But how did you know, Johnny, about that poison Lou slipped Henry with his medicine?
Well, Billy May, I found the monkshood plants at his apartment. You know, when you're in this business a while, you learn these things. When I got back here and found Henry had what looked like a heart attack, well, it turned out that way. Aconite poisoning.
Oh. But, Johnny, what about that bomb in Lou's own car?
He put it there himself, Billy May. For the same reason he called me in, just to cover up.
Goodness. But it could have killed him and you.
Well, Lou was very careful to call my attention to the sound of that bomb long before it went off. He knew we had plenty of time to stop the car and get rid of it. Now...
Yes?
Now he's going to have plenty of time to think it over. So, here's another one for the courts. I hope they throw the book at Lou. A crooked insurance man is the lowest order of operator in this racket of mine. Thank goodness they come few and far between. Expense account total, including incidentals, let's make it 200 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a story based on the impossible that is scientific fact. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Do you like a car with plenty of pep? A car with reserve power for safe passing? Most good drivers do, but they don't like to pay extra for premium gasoline. Listen, in 3 out of 5 cars, regular-priced Sinclair Dyno gasoline matches performance of premium gasoline. Saves you up to 4 cents a gallon. Almost anywhere you see the Sinclair Dinosaur sign, you can save up to 4 cents a gallon with Dyno. Drive with care and buy Sinclair Dyno gasoline. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Fred Hendrickson, music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Herb Duncan, Bill Adams, Madeline Sherwood, Vicki Bola, and Jackson Beck.
Hello, this is George Lazat. Anyone within the sound of my voice can save right now on a new Ford from Cartwright.
Thanks, George. Cartwright Sales and Service, 108th Street and 5th Avenue in Troy, has pledged the sale of 300 additional new Fords over and above their big standard quota already in stock. It means you may buy a new Ford Falcon paying as little as $42.50 a month. Live it up with the lively ones from Cartwright. Cartwright Sales and Service, 108th Street and 5th Avenue in Troy.
Here's the weather forecast for the Capital District. Warm and humid tonight and Monday with scattered showers and thunder showers and some chance of a severe thunderstorm or tornado with large hail and damaging winds this evening until about 9 p.m. Low temperatures tonight in the 60s, the highest Monday in the 80s. At 6 o'clock, the temperature at the Albany Airport was 75, having dropped considerably since then with a slender shower in the area. Humidity 85%. At row 59 on your Tri-Cities dial, this is WROW Music, serving the Capital District of Albany, Troy, and Schenectady. Stay tuned for Suspense, next on WROW Music. The time is 6:35.
Johnny Dollar.
Bert Helfer. Johnny, Merry Christmas to you.
Well, hi, Bert. Same to you.
Thanks.
Only what are you doing in your office on a Friday afternoon so close to the big holiday instead of out shopping?
Well, I'll tell you, Johnny.
Now, listen, Bert, I'm overworked, I'm tired, and I'm not taking on any investigations till after Christmas.
Okay, by me.
Hey, Bert, you sound terrible. What's the matter? You got a cold?
Oh, horrible one. I've had it for a week.
Well, why are you still there in your office at this hour instead of home in bed?
Well, I'm just cleaning up before I take a couple of weeks off. Johnny, can you come on over?
Now?
Now.
No. Any new assignment's going to have to wait till after the holidays.
Well, sure.
I mean, I would kind of like to have a few days free myself, you know, so wait till after Christmas, will you?
Well, sure, I'll be glad to, but who said anything about an assignment?
Well, isn't that why you called?
Not a bit of it, so come on over.
You're not kidding me now, are you, Bert?
I just thought you'd like to pick up the dough for that San Francisco job you did for us a couple of weeks ago.
Oh.
Don't tell me you're so rich you've forgotten about it. Well?
I'll see you there in your office in a few minutes.
Right.
Only, Bert.
Yeah?
You're sure now that's all you really want me for?
That's all, Johnny.
Now, you won't try to finagle me into something, some job you just happen to think of after I get over there.
Honor bright.
Okay, Bert. I'm on my way.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator,
yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Trinity Mutual Insurance Company, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the phony phone matter. Expense account item 1. After checking out with my call service, $1.20 for a cab over to Bert Helfer's office high in the tower of the Manley Building overlooking most of the city. Lo and behold, there wasn't a soul in the place except Bert himself. Most of the lights were off. The rows and rows of typewriters and calculating machines were covered and quiet. The filing cabinets neatly cleared and closed. Even the telephone switchboard off in one corner was untended, although I noticed one patch cord plugged in, the tiny light above it burning. It was Bert's line in use.
Yeah. I'll take care of it just as soon as I get back here in the office again. Yeah, that'll be on Tuesday, January 2nd. Good. Thank you, and a Merry Christmas to you, too. All right, Johnny, sit down.
Well, I'll say this for you, Bert. You are certainly the loyal company servant.
Well, I just want to be absolutely sure everything's taken care of so they won't be calling me down there in Miami Beach to lay down my water skis and come back here before my vacation's over.
Oh, I can't say I blame you.
And here you are, baby. Here is the money for that San Francisco job. You want to count it?
How come in cash?
Don't you still have some Christmas shopping to do?
Don't we all?
Mm-hmm. And the banks will be closed by the time you get out of here, so... Well, I just tore up the check and pulled this out of petty cash.
Well, good for you. And hooray for petty cash.
I must say, though, there's nothing petty about the way you can run up an expense account.
Oh, Bert. Only trouble is, with all this dough in hand, I'll probably go out and spend a lot more than I ought to.
Oh, sure, on all that flock of gals you keep on the string.
Jealous, Mr. Married Man?
Sure I am. Only I'm not really. Don't you kid yourself, baby. One of these days you'll put on the halter, too.
Fat chance.
Now, here, if you'll just sign this receipt.
There you are.
Good. Oh, and here.
Hmm?
I almost forgot. While you were on your way over, your telephone answering service called with this message.
Oh?
Yeah. Call Exmont 35770 immediately, urgent.
Who is Exmont 35770?
You don't know?
No.
Well, I'm afraid I do.
Who?
It's the home of a character by the name of Harvey L. Hallett.
Harvey L. Oh, wait a minute. Any relation to the people who took over that little plant that I passed on the way over here? Hallett Industries?
He is Hallett Industries.
Oh?
Yeah. Look. You can see the place out of this window. You see it over there?
So?
You know, I hate to admit it. One of the boys in the office sold him a lot of insurance when he took over that place about 6 months ago.
Well, what's the matter with that?
Oh, we've had a big headache with that account on the inventory insurance.
How do you mean?
Well, apparently they make a lot of electronic stuff over there, and a lot of it's kind of secret, I guess, kept under lock and key.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of it's been reported stolen. 6 burglaries in the last 6 months, according to Mr. Harvey L. Hallett. And we've had to pay off through the nose.
Why do you say according to Mr. Hallett that way?
Because I wouldn't trust that character as far as you can throw this building. In other words, if I could, I'd just cancel out his policy, I think a lot of those losses he reported were phonies. If I'd had any sense, I would have called you in on him.
Well, so long, Bertie.
As a matter of fact, I wish you would look into it for us after I get back.
After? Okay, but not now.
All right, that's all right by me.
I wonder why he's called me.
Well, I'm afraid it was my fault.
Why? How do you mean?
Well, I'd kind of let your name slip out somewhere along the line, and yesterday Hallett called me, said he'd been thinking it over, asked me for your number, and, well, I gave it to him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Johnny, I shouldn't have, especially since I want you to investigate him. So as for calling him back, if you don't want to, don't.
If what you say about him is true, though, maybe I will.
After the holidays.
No. Right now.
Why?
Bert, it's an old trick. And a corny one, but a lot of people still think it's pretty clever.
Trick?
The cover-up. A man kills somebody or he blows his safe or he tries an embezzlement, whatever. He's the one who calls in the cops. Or even tells them that he thinks it might happen.
So that nobody will suspect him.
Of course.
I never thought of that.
So, if what you say is true, if he is the kind of guy you seem to think he is, if he's back of his own burglaries on which he has collected a lot of nice insurance money...
Oh, I'd bet on it.
And if he's planning another such caper...
Sure he is. Johnny... I think you've got something there.
On the other hand, though, Bert, if he's clean, if he really does want to help...
Oh, that I doubt.
Let me have the phone.
Look, why don't you wait till after the holidays?
Nope.
Okay, it's on your own head then.
This is home telephone number, did you say?
Yeah, the factory is a Weatherby number. Weatherby something.
Hello?
Mr. Hallett, please.
This is Mary Hallett, Mrs. Hallett.
Is Mr. Hallett there?
Well, he's terribly busy at the moment. May I ask who's calling, please?
This is Johnny Dollar.
Oh, Mr. Dollar, yes. He said he was very anxious to speak with you, but he's just about to leave for New York. Oh, just a minute. Here he is. Harvey, it's for you. Darling, I know, but it's Mr. Johnny Dollar. You said you want... Yes. Here, dear.
Dollar, this is Harvey Hallett.
Yes, Mr. Hallett.
Merry Christmas and all that. And listen, I'm very anxious to see you and to talk to you.
Well, whenever you
I've
find
had some problems over at my electronics plant, but I have to leave now immediately.
Well, if it's
Can I call you on Tuesday?
Oh, sure.
On Tuesday morning at, say, about... Yes, I know, dear, I know. Dollar, I'm sorry, but I have to hang up. I'll call you on Tuesday.
Well, look, Mr... Hello? Hello? Well, that's what I call a man in a hurry.
Yeah, I can hear him.
Something about going to New York, he said. Or, his wife did, anyway. Where does he live, Bert? Anywhere near that little plant of his?
Are you kidding? With an Exmont number? No, he lives a mile, maybe a mile.
Holy smoke. What's that?
Or some kind of explosion, it sounded like. Johnny, look. Look out the window, right over there. Whew. Holy smoke is right.
I see. That's going to be one big fire.
Yeah. Don't you recognize that building, Johnny?
Oh, you're right, Bert. Hallett Industries. Item 2, $1 for a taxi over to the scene of the fire. I'll say this, that fire must have really taken hold with a bang, and I don't mean because of the explosion we'd heard. It was a small building, not more than a couple of 100 feet square, and by the time I arrived, there were flames pouring out of every window. and smoke, thick black smoke. The fire department was already hard at work, and by the time I'd singled out Police Lieutenant Billy Harmon to get his opinion of it, things were fairly well under control. Hey, Lieutenant, what brings you here?
Only one thing, Mr. Harvey L. Hallett.
What do you mean by that, Lieutenant?
I'm the patsy got assigned to those burglaries that he had. You know something?
No, tell me.
I got just exactly nowhere on him. And you know something else?
Yeah?
Now, I can't prove this. Can't prove a thing for that matter, simply because, well, I can't, that's all. But I also can't get over the feeling the reason I couldn't get anywhere was because our friend Mr. Hallett didn't want me to.
Didn't want you to? You mean no cooperation?
Just the opposite. Too much cooperation.
Oh?
So much, I couldn't make a move without finding him underfoot, making like he was doing everything he could to help.
I see.
But actually, all he was doing was getting in the way. He'd suggest so many possibilities and demand I follow him up. I didn't have time or opportunity to follow up those I'd thought of. Not properly, that is. Smoke. The old misdirection bit, if you know what I mean, Johnny. Johnny, I don't trust that guy.
Seems to me I've heard somebody else give out with that same opinion.
When I got the word this place was going up, well, you know what I think, Johnny?
Arson?
I'd bet on it. And if it is, you can be sure the boys in the torch squad will spot it. They're in there working on it already. You know, Hanley and Jimmy Beckett.
Yeah.
You ask me, they're the two best arson men a police department ever had.
They're a pretty good pair.
And if it is arson, you can be sure my number one suspect will be none other than... Wait a minute. Oil off! Conroy! Keep those people back of the line before... Come on, keep them back there. Hey, you, mister. What do you think you're doing this... Oh, you.
Lieutenant Harmon, how did this happen? I heard the explosion all the way over at my home.
Now, you claim you were at home, Mr. Hallett?
Yes, of course I was at home.
Can you prove that?
I beg your pardon.
Yes, I'm afraid he can, Lieutenant.
Oh, you're Mr. Dollar.
That's right. Did you call off your trip to New York?
Well, I was just leaving. I heard the explosion and saw the smoke, so I drove on over here.
No, you just drove on over, huh?
Yes, I did. What happened? Dollar, what started this?
Well, I'd say that you know just as much as we do.
Or a lot more.
What's that?
Excuse me a minute. Yeah, what is it, Beckett?
Look at it, Dollar. The whole plant, the whole business, all gone up in smoke.
Yeah. Pretty well insured, though, isn't it?
Huh? You think that money can make up for all the time and work and worry that went into it? All gone up in smoke. Mr. Dollar.
Yeah.
The color of that smoke.
That was the first thing I noticed, Mr. Hallett.
The smell. The odor.
Yes, I know.
The storeroom, it's full of solvents. Highly volatile solvents.
You think that caused the explosion?
It must have. But how? The storage arrangement was approved by this very fire department. It was like a vault. There was no way that any heat could get into it.
Well, you think then that maybe somebody did,
But how? It was always locked.
Wasn't there supposed to be a watchman on duty?
Of course. Oh, Ben Matthews. Dollar, if he was anywhere near that explosion when it occurred... Oh, no.
In other words, if it was arson by somebody the watchman may have seen.
Arson? I said if.
And if that watchman did see anybody around...
Arson, all right, Dollar. Boys are sure of it.
They are, Lieutenant?
I can't believe it.
As for Ben Matthews, the watchman, well, I don't think there's much question but that he did see who did it. And that he knew him.
No? Then you mean Ben is still alive?
That door had a dead latch on it. Took a key to open it inside as well as outside.
I know, and old Ben had orders not to admit
wait
anyone...
and listen, Mr. Hallett.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Lieutenant.
Ben's key is still in the inside of that lock. So he let somebody in. Now, that means somebody that he must have recognized.
Why do you say that?
I knew old Ben. I know he had orders not to let anybody in. Not anybody. Isn't that true, Mr. Hallett?
Yes, of course it is.
So I know he wouldn't. But of course, if his boss told him to open up...
Now, just a minute, Lieutenant. If you're implying what I think you are...
Yeah? Well, if the shoe fits. Don't worry, Mr. Hallett. You'll never be able to testify. Thanks to that bullet in his head.
Good Lord.
Breaks your heart, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
You know something?
Now, just a minute. Just 1 minute. Stop acting like a couple of angry kids. Lieutenant.
Yeah, well?
You say it was arson.
With a murder on top of it. And Mr.
All right. Now, what kind of a device was used?
Device? What do you mean,
What kind of a timer to set it off?
Nothing. No device. Only a paraffin wick. Into a bottle or tank of some kind of that solvent in there.
How long a wick?
Only a couple of feet. And that means that somebody was in there only seconds before it went off. And that somebody, Mr. Hallett.
I tell you, I was at home on the other side of town.
That's
and
right,
I tell
he was,
you, Mr.
Lieutenant.
Hallett. What did you say, Dollar?
He was at home, Lieutenant. I know, because I called him on the telephone only seconds before this thing started.
This period between Thanksgiving and Christmas is a happy one as we busy ourselves with rounds of shopping and parties. But for hundreds of thousands of families abroad, it's like any other time of the year, a time of hunger. So why not share your holiday joy with one or more of the less fortunate families? Send them Care food packages. They cost only $1 apiece and contain enough food to supplement family rations for a whole month. So send your dollars to Care, New York, 16, New York.
Item 3, 10 cents for a phone call to Mr. Jonathan Buckley at his home. Luck was with me. The Hallett Industries account was in Mr. Buckley's bank.
But now, look here, Johnny. You know very well I can't tell you that. Such matters are completely confidential between a banker and his client.
Even though arson is involved, Mr. Buckley?
Even though, Johnny.
And a murder?
Murder?
That's right. Well?
What if I were simply to say that, in spite of all the money originally transferred from his New York bank, that Hallett's financial condition is pretty bad?
Oh?
Would that be of any help, Johnny?
It certainly would. Thanks.
Another thing, Dollar.
Yes, Lieutenant.
After those so-called burglaries, I checked over every one of Hallett's 8 employees myself. There isn't a cleaner bunch of people anywhere in town.
Well, even so.
I'm sure of it. What's more, I've known every one of them personally for years. Even went to school with a couple of them. So you see what I'm getting at? Hallett. Hallett is the only one we don't really know about.
Where'd he come from, Lieutenant?
Who knows? You think he'd tell us? The truth, that is?
Oh, wait a minute. Mr. Buckley, the banker.
What's he got to do with it?
Funds transferred, he said, from... Hey, you want to trip me to a call to New York? The phone call was to an old friend of mine, Lieutenant Randy Singer, Detective Division, 18th Precinct, New York Police Department. One of the best of his kind I've ever known.
Okay, Johnny, let's have it. What sort of a jam do you expect me to get you out of this time? And what you doing down here in New York?
I'm not. I'm up here in Hartford. Now, listen.
Oh, I get it. You need an excuse to pad out that fancy expense account of yours, huh? To impress somebody. So
Randy.
You're running up a phone bill.
Randy.
Oh, go ahead, Johnny. Talk it up. I'll make like I'm listening, and everybody will be happy. How are you, anyhow?
Randy, will you listen to me?
Yeah?
Does the name Harvey L. Hallett mean anything to you?
Harrison Peterson.
What?
You heard me.
Oh, come on, make sense, will you?
You think we don't keep track of the crooks we've had to deal with, even after they've been chased out of our fair city? Of course we do.
Randy.
And Paul Paraffin Peterson, well, we couldn't get a thing on him, by the way.
Randy, the man I'm interested in is Harvey L. Hallett.
But we did make it pretty rough on him. We dubbed him Paraffin Pete because of his one and only method of starting a fire. And that's the name he took on after we showed him the way out of town. He and that doll of his, Mary. Only Ma would be a better word.
The name, Randy?
What? Oh, the one you said.
Harvey L. Hallett?
Yep. Used to be known in these parts as Paul Peterson. Paraffin Peterson.
Okay, Randy, thank you. You hear it, Lieutenant?
Sure did, Dollar.
Looks like you were right. He's our man.
Yeah, but you yourself are his alibi. I mean, if you were really talking to him on the phone the same time as that fire was set...
Well, now, suddenly, I'm not so sure. Hallett Electronics, Well, maybe his product line includes something like... Come on, Lieutenant, we better get going.
Yeah, where?
Let's hope he hasn't got home from his fire yet. When we got there, Hallett was just walking into his front door, which means he didn't have time to put away the device that his wife, Mary, had been careless enough to leave sitting on a table not more than 2 feet away from the telephone.
Now, just a minute, Mr. Dollar. What...
Yes, Hallett?
You mind telling me why you two have bulled your way in here this way? Lieutenant, will you please stop fooling around with our tape recorder until I find out what this is all about?
If it's the music you want, I'll put on the radio. There's nothing on that tape but a lot of noise from a party we had.
Dollar, I asked you a question.
Are you ready, Lieutenant?
All set.
All right, I'll turn it on.
Oh, just a minute.
Hold it, Hallett. You pull that electric plug and I just might pull this trigger.
This is ridiculous.
Well, we'll see.
There's nothing on that tape, I tell you. There's nothing on it.
It's Harvey Hallett. Merry Christmas and all that, and listen now. I'm very anxious to see you and talk to you about some problems over at my electronics plant. But I have to leave now immediately.
Well, I must...
Can I call you on Tuesday? On Tuesday morning, to say about, Yes, I know, dear, I know. Dollar, I'm sorry, but I have to hang up. I'll call you on Tuesday.
So, Johnny?
That's right, Lieutenant. Pre-recorded here before he left to set the fire. So when I called in answer to his urgent message, all his wife had to do was hold the phone over next to this tape machine. No wonder I couldn't get a word in edgewise. Then, as soon as I hung up, she called him at the plant to go ahead. Any comment, Mr. Hallett? Expense account total? Forget it. I'd rather take this time to wish you, all of you, wherever you are, a very Merry Christmas. And that's from the heart. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week? Well, next week, there won't be any case. But I think you'll want to be here anyway. Next week at this time, you'll be hearing our annual Christmas Eve Sing with Bing. We'll be back 2 weeks from now. Merry Christmas from yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Johnny Dollar is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were Jackson Beck as Lieutenant Billy Harmon, Michael Caine as Harvey Hallett, William Redfield as Bert Helfer, Terry Keene as Mrs. Hallett, Eugene Francis as Lieutenant Randy Singer, and David Kern as Jonathan Buckley. Remember, no story next week, but yours truly, Johnny Dollar, returns 2 weeks from now with his next exciting story. At this time next week, by all means, plan to join Bing Crosby, Kathy Crosby,
Edgar Bergen, Charlie McCarthy, Mortimer Snurd, the Norman Luboff Choir, and Paul Weston's orchestra for the 7th annual Christmas Eve Sing with Bing. This is Pat Cannell speaking. Stars shed their inhibitions on Arthur Godfrey time weekdays on the CBS Radio Network.
Hey, down here in New York at State Unity Live.
Phil, how's my one-time fishing pal?
Slowly but surely going nuts with this business.
All set to open the trout season?
Not a chance.
I am. Sunrise on opening day is going to find me out in the middle of a stream, gently dropping flies in front of ravenous rainbows.
Yeah,
And you know where I plan to do it?
Yep.
Oh?
The point is, do you?
Well, of course I do. On a private stream, only half an hour's drive from here is the clearest, coldest... What was that?
Yeah, you see, I was right.
Right about what?
You're not knowing where you're going on opening day.
What are you talking about? Didn't you hear me?
Oh, I heard all right, but you're wrong.
Oh, I am,
Sure. Because, Johnny, you're going to do your trout fishing on the Esopus River.
Down there in New York State?
That's right, near the little town of Mount Tremper.
Who says?
It's just west of Kingston, the other side of Ashokan Reservoir, and about halfway between...
Oh, I know where it is, and I've taken some nice, fat native browns out of the Esopus, and I love it dearly. But what makes you think that's where I'm going to open the season?
Well, after all, if we're going to pay your expense account...
Oh, you are?
Yeah, and for once, you won't have to hold back on it.
Well, that's a little different.
I kind of thought you'd see it that way.
Tell me all.
Come on down here to New York, and I will.
I'm on my way.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to State Unity Life Insurance Company, New York City office. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the Blue Rock matter. After carefully packing all my trout fishing gear and clothing to go with, including waders and a set of long johns, expense account item 1 is $5.75 taxi fare to Bradley Field. Item 2, $10.12 plane fare to New York. Item 3, $6.20 cab fare into Phil's office at 500 Fifth Avenue.
Sure, Johnny. And I know that old saying just as well as you do. The time that a man spends in fishing
is not deducted from his lifespan. Right.
Right. But I just haven't had the time these last couple of years.
Well, why don't you unchain yourself from this desk and join me there on the Esopus?
Nope, I'm afraid it's no-go.
Why not?
I wouldn't dare show my face up there where you're going.
Why not?
Because the man I want you to keep an eye on knows me.
Oh, who might that be?
Thomas Gerald Aspinwall.
And who's he?
A man who would stop at absolutely nothing to get his paws on the Emery Archibald fortune.
Archibald? Big stockbroker?
The same.
I thought he was dead.
He will be within a matter of weeks. One of those incurable things.
Oh? Well, where does this Tom Aspinwall come in?
He was married for a while to Nancy Archibald, Emery's daughter, and last of the line, except for little Barry.
Who's Barry?
Barry Aspinwall, Nancy's 5-year-old son.
By Tom Aspinwall?
No. No, in spite of the last name, he's by an earlier husband who died about the time little Barry was born.
I see. Go on.
Now, in his original will, the old man left half to Nancy, half to Tom.
Mm-hmm.
But in a brand new will, that's all changed. When old man Archibald goes, and that could be most any day now, the whole of his estate, including nearly $1 million of insurance, gets divided 50-50 between Nancy and the boy.
I see. And Tom doesn't like that.
Unless, Johnny...
Yeah?
Unless the youngster dies before the old man does. In which case his share goes to Tom Aspinwall as in the earlier will.
Ah.
Don't ask me why, but that's the way it is.
In any event, Tom would like nothing better than to see the youngster out of the way.
Right. Before the old man dies. And that's why I suddenly got worried when I learned that Tom's taking the child away for a few days.
Do you think he'd try to kill him, his own stepson?
I think he would.
All right. Now, What's all this have to do with my opening the trout season on the Esopus? Or was that just a gag to get me down here?
No, not a bit of it. Now, I've made a reservation for you up there at Mount Tremper at the farmhouse of Mr. and Mrs. Fritz Hornblock. It's only a couple of 100 yards from the big pool below the bridge over the Esopus.
Blue Rock Pool?
Yes.
Where I've wet many a line, Phil.
Oh, but not many people fish that spot anymore.
Because unless you know every inch of it, and with the high, roily water this time of year especially, it's about as dangerous a place as there is.
Right. So, when I tell you that the only other guests the Hornblocks will have for opening day...
Tommy Aspinwall and the boy?
Yes.
Wow. If there's one place on that river to fake an accident and make it look legitimate, that's it.
Yes. You, like to run on up there and keep an eye on things? Maybe prevent a murder?
What do you think? Expense account item 4 is $28 even. Includes cocktails and dinner, a movie, a soft bed at the Lexington, and breakfast the next morning. After which I spent item 5. $275 for a 3-day non-resident fishing license. Item 6, the usual $50 deposit on a rental car. I drove north on Route 9, crossed the Hudson at Poughkeepsie, north on 9W to Kingston, then west around the Shokin Reservoir to Mount Tremper. By the time I got to the Hornblock farm, it was late afternoon, and the weather had turned very windy and very cold.
Now, you think I'm too old to carry these packages of yours, Mr. Dollar?
Well, no, but let me carry some of the fishing gear at least.
Nine. I'm strong as an ox.
Are there any other guests, Mr. Hornblock?
Here now. Right in here. Okay?
Oh, looks fine to me.
Good. A nice warm feather bed for you, and if you like it, I built you a nice big fire here in the fireplace.
Oh, I don't think that'll be necessary.
Or maybe while the mama is out, you like maybe a little schnapps to keep the cold away.
Well, now, it just happens, Mr. Hornblock, that I brought a bottle along with me.
Oh.
You know, just in case of snake bite.
Oh, snake bite this time of year. Oh. What kind?
Well, if 8-year-old Scotch doesn't offend your finer sensibilities.
Well, why don't we see?
Why don't we? Here you are. To your heart's content.
Now, let me see.
Well, what's going on here?
Well?
Hey, just what are you up to, Fritz?
That was good, Mr. Dollar.
Well, good. Will you join us?
Oh, with that cold wind coming up out there, maybe I'd better. My name is Tom Aspinwall.
Ah, yes, Mr. Aspinwall. This is Johnny Dollar.
Hi, Tom.
Oh, well, hi. Dollar, did you say?
Yeah.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
I don't know why it should. I'm just a fisherman up here for the opening.
Yeah, so is Mr. Aspinwall. Him and his little boy, that cute little Perry.
Oh, your son, Tom?
Stepson. I figure if a youngster learns to fish at that age, he'll be forever grateful for it.
Sure he should. Even I might learn sometime.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, where is he, Tom?
My wife, she took him in to do the shopping in the village.
Yeah.
And she promised to buy some more rocks for him.
Rocks?
Yeah.
Well, he's crazy about those little hard candies, sugar candies, red and blue and yellow kinds.
Yeah, rocks, he calls them.
Oh, I see.
I hope she doesn't give him too many, though. Make him sick.
Oh, so isn't the little boy entitled now and again? Eh?
Even if it gives him a terrible stomach ache sometimes?
For a little boy, it always passes away.
Mm-hmm. Except last time, I thought the poor kid was going to die.
Line. You just let him lie still for a while on the bed, and he'll be all okay again, no matter how sick he thinks he is.
Well, yeah, I suppose you're right, but... Well, this time I brought him up here to learn to fish, not to lie around with a stomachache because of the way you and your wife spoil it.
Now, Mr. Aspinwall.
And, didn't you say there isn't a doctor this side of Kingston?
No, we take care of him. Now, don't you worry about him.
You going out first thing in the morning, Tom?
Yeah, I certainly am. Johnny, did you say?
That's right.
Yeah, I haven't missed an opening day in years.
Where do you plan to fish?
Oh, I don't know. Somewhere along the river. You?
I'm not sure yet.
Well, I will tell you, boss.
Yes, Fritz?
You know where's the big hole below the bridge?
Oh, you mean where the Blue Rock is?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, of course. It's an ideal spot.
And nobody else will be fishing there.
Right, that's for me.
Only one thing, though, Mr. Aspinwall.
Yeah.
I won't let you take that little boy there.
Oh? Why not?
It's too dangerous. All those slippery rocks.
Oh, now look.
And with all that ice on them in the early mornings. 9.
Well, with me along.
Maybe later in the day after it gets warm.
Okay, Fritz. We'll see.
Now, you don't take him there.
Okay, Fritz.
Hey, now wait a minute.
Yeah?
If that's such a hot spot...
Sure it is.
Well, Tom, why don't you and I hit it at the crack of dawn?
Well, now, just wait a minute, Johnny.
Sure, that's a good idea.
Sure, what difference would it make to a youngster of 5?
Well, it's simply that I promised him. I mean, a place where he'd be sure to get some fish.
What's more, it'll be a lot warmer later in the day.
Of course.
And after you've caught your limit, we hope, you'll feel a lot more like taking the time to teach him.
Yeah. You leave him with us in the morning.
Now, listen,
he can play around this place the way he likes to.
Does he really care about fishing at that age?
Well, he will, once I've shown him how.
Well, he'll enjoy learning a lot more if he's warm and comfortable.
I suppose you know all about kids.
No, not very much, but if he does enjoy playing around the farm the way Fritz says he does...
Sure, that's what he really likes.
And, you want the truth, Tom?
Truth.
Well, apparently you're the expert around these parts. I'm not, so I'll use whatever arguments I can to make you help me get a limit tomorrow morning.
Johnny, now...
And don't you think that would be the sporting thing for him to do, Fritz?
Sure it would.
All right, then it's all set. You and I open the season with a bang at this hot spot of yours. Then later, when it's warm and the rocks are dry, we can both take Barry out and teach him how.
Well, thanks, but I prefer to teach him myself.
Okay. Would you care for a little snort out of this jug?
Yeah, sure.
No, thanks. I've got to run over to Kingston to pick up some dry flies I forgot to bring along.
Sure. That's much better.
Yes, I think so, too.
Say, more trout flies, did he say? That's funny.
Is it?
You should see what he bought. Every fly that was ever made.
Well, more to the point, Fritz.
Yeah?
Purist though he may be, and I like to think I'm one, too, doesn't he know that dry flies would be ridiculous this time of the year?
Sure he does.
Some wet flies, or nymphs, or streamers maybe, or even when you come to being practical about it.
Yeah. Some of the nice fat worms that I have already for you, eh? And he knows that's the way to fish this water at this time of year, as well as you do, if you want to catch the fishes.
But there he goes.
Yeah. Oh, and look, from the window. Here comes Mama back with the little boy.
It was obvious from the way he spoke of him that Barry wasn't overly fond of his stepfather. But he was a cute little tyke, and I didn't blame Mrs. Hornblock, a sweet, typical housefrau, for wanting to spoil him just a little. A little, judging by the size of the sack of hard candies he clutched in his hand. Blue Rocks, he called them. She was doing a pretty good job of it.
The kind he likes the very best, his steppapa says.
There was something about those candies, though, that vaguely reminded me of... I wondered...
Yeah, and the blue ones, those are his favorites. Any kind that's blue, he loves it. But, Fritz, where's the steppapa?
Oh, just to Kingston to make an errand.
Tell me, Barry.
Uh-huh.
You looking forward to fishing tomorrow?
Oh, I'd rather stay here and play with the pigs and chickens.
Sure you would.
I'd eat rocks. You want one, mister?
No, thanks.
Now, come, Liebchen. You must wash off all the sticky.
So much happier the boy is with the pigs and chickens. But he's bound he teach him how to fish. And so he will.
Will he?
Huh?
I wonder. Only too obvious.
how Aspinwall planned to get rid of Barry. And I made up my mind to be among those present whenever he headed for the river with the youngster in tow. But you know something? That turned out to be a nearly fatal mistake. For two people.
Pardon me, mister.
She said,
Do you have a match?
the old gag. Sure, I said. Do you have a cigarette? She had one. Newport filter cigarettes. We lit up. Some smoke. Finest rich tobacco flavor I'd ever tasted. Real tobacco, the way I like 'em. The right touch of menthol and just a hint of mint,
A great combination.
she suggested.
Makes Newport more refreshing to begin with. More refreshing all the way.
She wasn't kidding. Been smoking 'em ever since. Newports. Newport filter cigarettes.
Shortly before dinner, I beg your pardon, I mean supper, Aspinwall returned from Kingston decked out in a new fishing jacket. And judging by the way one of his pockets bulged, he'd added to his collection of flies and lures. During the meal, his annoyance, a couple of hours earlier, seemed to have disappeared.
You must really like the new coat, Mr. Aspinwall, wearing it to the table, huh? Would you like some more pig's knuckles?
Oh, no, thanks. No, I just want to make sure it's broken in, Mrs. Hornblock, before Johnny and I hit the river in the morning.
Oh.
That's a good-looking jacket, Tom. I like those bellows pockets.
Yeah, they're nice and roomy.
Mm-hmm. Looks like you bought a pocket full of new lures, too.
Oh, nothing of any consequence.
Mama, please, some more sauerkraut.
Yeah, here you are, Papa.
And did you buy me some more rocks?
Now, Barry, don't you think these folks gave you enough of that hard candy?
Oh, no.
Well, it seems to me that everywhere I turn, there's some of it lying around, waiting for you to find it.
I know, and I look for it. And every time I get a stomach ache, too.
You sure do.
Well, I don't care.
No, of course you don't.
And he always gets over it.
You're still set for the crack of dawn, aren't you, Johnny?
I sure am.
But just the two of you.
Why, sure, Fritz. Just the two of us.
Yeah.
And, Barry, while we're gone, you can fool around the barnyard.
God. Can I have my dessert now?
Yeah, in a minute. Papa.
Yeah.
When you go to the village in the morning, you'll buy my little boy some more blue candy.
More blue candy.
Yeah.
Oh, there isn't enough of it around here.
Oh, and I must take some butter over to Mrs. Hilger after breakfast.
And I'll stay here and watch your chickens.
That's right.
You'll leave him alone?
Oh, just for a little while. He will be all right.
Sure.
If you say so. Oh, by the way, Tom, I'm guaranteeing that we'll bring in the limit tomorrow.
You mean if we're lucky?
Oh, luck won't even enter into it.
Oh, no?
No. Papa Hornblock's promised me a secret weapon. Haven't you, Papa?
Yeah, that's it. A secret weapon.
Like what?
You just wait. I'll show you tomorrow morning after you're through beating the river to a froth with no results. At dark next morning, the temperature was in the mid-20s. But after fortifying ourselves with pork chops, hotcakes and bacon, 3 fried eggs apiece, and plenty of steaming hot coffee, Tom and I set out for the river, leaving the Hornblocks to their errands and little Barry to play around the farmyard. We crossed the bridge, then worked our way down to the Blue Rock Pool. Fritz had been right. There was a slick coating of ice on all the rocks and ledges. And, incidentally, I noticed the pocket of Tom's jacket wasn't bulging the way it had the night before. and I meant to ask him about it. I wish I had. But having given up on lures, I'd resorted to Papa Hornblock's secret weapon, a can of fat, sassy earthworms. Then, precariously perched on a slippery rock, I tied into the first trout of the season.
Yo-ho! Hey, good boy, Johnny. Looks like you've got one.
Oh, I sure have. This one's a dilly.
Well, and here I come for some of that secret weapon.
Just watch your footing, Tom.
Oh, don't worry. My hand's free. I can hang on to bushes along the side.
There he goes again. Oh, he's a good one.
Yeah. Johnny Dollar, huh?
What?
You think I didn't know why you came up here?
Now, wait a minute. Oh, look at him go.
Yeah. Yeah, well, look at you.
Go. Hey!
Things happened fast as Tom, holding onto a bush, gave me the shoulder. My feet went out from under me on the icy rock, and I fell sideways into that treacherous, frigid pool. But in twisting around, I'd grabbed at one of his legs and managed to hang on, and then the two of us went in. From then on, all I can say is that it's a miracle we ever got out of that freezing, rushing torrent alive. But somehow we did. Then up on the bank, the water on our clothing freezing into ice.
All right. All right, Dollar. So you think you've won, huh? Just because you got me.
And you did bring that youngster up here to kill him.
You bet I did.
All right. Come on now, back to the house before we freeze to death. And we'll make sure that Barry's still okay.
Johnny, Dollar, it's no use. Because you gave yourself away.
What?
You knew that he was only 5. You said so before you even saw him. So I knew you were onto something when you came here.
All right, so I goofed. Now, come on.
I remembered who you are, and I knew you wouldn't let me get him down to the river alone. So that's why I made other plans.
You what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. That pocket on your jacket.
Yeah, that's right, Dollar.
From the wetting, there's a blue-green stain all over it.
Huh?
Blue vitriol, copper sulfate that you bought in Kingston.
Oh, so you're smart now, huh?
And the little chunks of blue vitriol look just like the chunks of the hard candy that kid likes.
Yeah, and they both have a kind of sour taste. You see?
Yes, I see. Come on.
No, it's too late, Dollar. Because I left enough of that stuff around for him to find to kill him 10 times over.
Come on.
When he sees it, he'll think the Hornbachs left it for him. And even if they're there, you think they'll worry over his stomachache before it kills him?
Barry! Barry!
You're too late, Dollar. You're too late.
Barry!
So, maybe you caught me, but at least that lousy kid will never get the money.
Barry! Barry!
A big dramatic ending? Oh, I'm sorry. Not this time. Thanks to the fact that Mrs. Hornblock had changed her mind and had taken Barry along on her morning errand. By the time they got back, I'd cleaned up every chunk of the blue vitriol that Aspinwall had planted. Mostly around the chicken coop. So the only casualty? Aspinwall, who'd nearly frozen to death in his wet clothes on the frozen ground where I'd knocked him out. And he was a very docile prisoner when I handed him in at the Kingston Hooskow. Expense account total, including a bit extra for the Hornblocks? Oh, call it 200 even. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here is our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, a lesson in how to crack a safe. And I'm perfectly serious about that. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Truly, Johnny Dollar is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer. Also featured in our cast were William Mason as Tom Aspinwall, Carl Weber as Phil Taylor, Louis Van Ruten as Fritz Hornblock, Bryna Rayburn as Mrs. Hornblock, and Sarah Fussell as Barry. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Art Hanna speaking. This is the CBS Radio Network.
Johnny Dollar.
Pat Fuller, Johnny. Universal Adjustment Bureau.
Oh, no, Pat, please. Forget you ever heard of me.
Now, what brought that on?
I don't want another assignment right now, that's all.
Oh, you don't?
I've been going too hard lately, Pat. I'm tired, and I need to get away for a few days for a good, solid rest.
Well, who said anything about an assignment?
Now, don't tell me you're wasting company time and money just to call up and pass the time of day.
No, I called to read you a telegram or a cable or whatever it is.
Oh?
And, brother, what a message. It'll make your eyes pop.
Who's it from?
A fellow by the name of Emmett Gowan. Did you ever hear of him?
Are you kidding? That man knows more about fishing than you and I could know in 1,000 years.
Right.
Also, Emmett and I got to be real pals after he helped me solve a rather important case back in, 58, I think it was.
I remember that one.
But it's been a couple of years since I've heard from him. Where is he? What's he doing?
You better let me read this wire.
Yeah, go ahead.
It says, this spot is the closest thing to heaven a fisherman could possibly find.
Oh?
Sailfish, dolphin, amberjack, snappers, bonefish, tarpon, just about anything you can think of.
Makes my mouth water, Pat, but keep reading.
If you don't come on down here and be my guest, and right away it says I'll never forgive you. I mean it, this is really urgent. And it's signed Emmett Gowan.
Well?
What do you mean, well?
Well, are you going, you lucky dog?
For me?
Only thing I don't understand is why he sends a wire like that to a lousy fisherman like you.
Oh,
especially when he knows me.
That's just the point, Johnny.
What's just the point?
Well, the wire was sent in care of this office, all right, but it's addressed to you.
Oh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure. So if you're so anxious to get away, why don't you take him up on it?
Well, sure. What else? And what's the address? Where is he? Pat? Pat, you still there?
Sure, I am.
Well, give me his address.
Why don't you come on over here? And I will.
Can't you give it to me over the phone?
I could, but I won't.
Why not?
Well, put it this way. If you will come on over here, maybe we'll pay your expenses.
Ah, I get it. You do have an assignment for me, and that telegram's a phony.
Oh, it's a McCoy, Johnny, I swear
Instead of a rest, a fishing trip, all I'm in for is some more work and headaches.
No, really, Johnny.
Then give me Emmett's address.
Sure. Over here in my office.
Pat?
Okay. You think I'm kidding about the wire?
Yes.
Well, there's one way you can find out. Well?
Okay. I'm on my way.
The CBS Radio Network brings you Mandel Kramer in the exciting adventures of the man with the action-packed expense account, America's fabulous freelance insurance investigator.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Expense account submitted by Special Investigator Johnny Dollar to Universal Adjustment Bureau, Home Office, Hartford, Connecticut. Following is an account of expenses incurred during my investigation of the lust for gold matter. Expense account item 1, $1.20 for a cab into Pat Fuller's office. Much to my surprise, he hadn't been kidding. I mean about the wire from Emmett Gowan inviting me to enjoy what he claimed to be the greatest fishing in the world. And where? On the little island of Cozumel off the coast of Mexico.
Yeah, and if anyone can show you where and how to land the big ones, Emmett Gowan sure can.
You couldn't be more right, Pat.
So if I were you, I'd pack up my duds and head for the island of Cozumel, and I mean right now.
And you know something, Pat? I'll do it.
And I just happen to have your plane reservations all set up and waiting for you.
Oh, Patrick, you're a doll.
Yeah. Now, you fly from here to New York to New Orleans, then across the Gulf of Mexico to Merida. Now, that's the capital of Yucatan.
Now, wait a minute.
And from there, it's only about an hour's flight to Cozumel.
Pat.
By this time tomorrow, you'll be fighting bonefish or wahoo or tarpon or whatever.
At company expense, did you say?
Yeah.
Why?
Don't worry about it. Until after you've got in some fishing.
And then? Come on, Pat. What's the hitch?
No hitch, really, Johnny. No. It's just that, well, after you've had a few days rest and fishing, well, maybe you'd like to fly on over to our Mexico City office.
Why?
Oh, some client's been reported missing. A man by the name of Juano Ansana.
Mm-hmm.
His wife wants somebody on it, and, well, as long as you're going to be down that way, I thought maybe you might look into it.
After the rest and the fishing.
That's the deal.
Pat, I still think there's a hitch in here somewhere.
Oh, now, Johnny.
But Cozumel, here I come. Expense account item 2, $7.30 for a taxi back to my apartment, where I packed my bags, and then late in the afternoon, another taxi to Bradley Field. A prop job took me to New York, and less than 5 hours later, I was in New Orleans. Item 3, $14.20, covers a cab from Moisant International to the Roosevelt Hotel, a bed for the night, then a very early breakfast the next morning on the ride back to the airport. 2 hours and 40 minutes later, we landed at Merida, out on the tip of Yucatan. I took a ferry plane from there, and well before noon was comfortably ensconced in one of the Cabanas del Caribe, a private bungalow overlooking the Caribbean. As I finished unpacking my bags... Come in.
Johnny, I just knew you wouldn't let me down.
Emmett, how are you?
Just fine, Johnny, just as fine as silk. How are you?
Well, you want to know the truth, Emmett? I'm bushed. I'm a little beat.
And you look it, too. Don't you worry, Johnny. A few days of the greatest fishing in all the whole world. And I mean that, Johnny. It'll make a new man out of you.
Only one thing I don't understand about all this.
What's that, Johnny?
Universal Adjustment Bureau footing the bill. Not only for a trip to Mexico City on business afterward, but for this.
Did you ever hear of a man named Juano Ansana?
Then you do know something. Because that's the man Pat Fuller mentioned.
Tell you what, Johnny. If we get going right now, maybe we can pick up enough fish for dinner.
Emmett, do you know this Juano Ansana?
I have the boat all ready, all the gas and tackle we need, so come on now.
I knew there was a hitch.
Well, you ready to start fishing?
All right, Emmett. What's it all about?
Fishing, Johnny.
Emmett.
But I mean it. Right now, there's nothing for you to think about except fishing. Well, ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
For a suit that's a beaut, look for Dacron on the label, 'cause Dacron is a man's best friend. A man looks his best in a suit that is able to stay wrinkle-free and neat. In summer rain and summer heat, in coats and slacks, you can relax when you know there is Dacron in the blend. There's just no denying in the clothes you'll be buying, Dacron is a man's best friend.
If I told you the truth about the kind of fishing we had that afternoon, you'd call me a liar. So I'll tell you anyhow. Emmett Gowan used an 18-foot skiff, rigged with a pair of 20-horse outboards, and equipped with every size, shape, and sort of fishing tackle you could possibly think of. We cruised southward around the edge of the little island of Cozumel to a big sort of lagoon with a mangrove island on one side and a palm-lined beach on the other. There, at Emmett's direction, I made my first cast. The result? A fighting mad tarpon that nearly tore my arm from the socket before I could finally work him alongside the boat and release him. On the second cast, a hefty snook made my reel scream. The third got me a moon-eyed snapper. The fourth, a log barracuda. Those fish, all of them, were simply begging to be taken on for a scrap. Then when I tied into 3 tarpon in a row, I said it and I meant it. The fishing down there is almost unbelievable. By the time the afternoon was over, I was completely but happily exhausted. Felt better than I had in months. And by the time I lay my weary body on the bed that night, I'd completely forgotten all about the insurance investigation business. And that's something. Early the next morning, about the time the sun came up, Emmett made a careful appraisal of the weather. We climbed into his boat again and set out across the 18-mile strait between Cozumel and the Yucatan mainland.
Yes, sir, Johnny. You look better already.
Emmett, I feel great. Where are we heading for today?
Over toward my Boca Pala fishing camp on the other side, or rather a little north of it, up towards Matanceros.
Matanceros? Haven't I heard that name before?
An old sunken ship there, Johnny, an old Spanish galleon.
Oh, sure, I remember now. A lot of treasure hunters have worked it over.
Yeah, including Senor Juano Anzana.
That name again.
That is, until he found another wreck the other day, a smaller one.
Who is he, Emmett? Why all the mystery? What have you and Pat Fuller cooked up for me down here?
Well, let's put it this way, Johnny. It's the Piñana, that other sunken vessel we're heading for.
Yeah?
And the Piñana is where maybe we'll use this scuba, this skin diving equipment I brought along this morning.
Yeah, I see it here. But, no spears?
Well, let's say that now the weather's calmed down enough, we're just going to explore it.
This, Juano Anzana found the wreck?
Yes. When I brought him over here for some spear fishing.
But he's the one that...
Johnny, he's the most unlikable man I ever did meet. I wouldn't trust him any more than I would a hungry shark.
Emmett.
But I had him as a customer, so I had to put up with it.
Point is, he's the one who disappeared from Mexico City.
Point is, Johnny, that he not only found some fish around the wreck of the Piñana, but he found something else.
Some old Spanish treasure?
He wouldn't say. He wouldn't say a thing about it, Johnny. But I've seen too many of these treasure hunters, and I just knew from the looks of him that he'd found something down there.
Well, Emmett, didn't you come back later and see for yourself?
Johnny, let me put it this way.
Yeah?
After all those years of fighting for the almighty dollar up north, for the first time in my life, I'm completely contented. I fish a lot, I write a little, do some guiding. Gives me everything I need to be perfectly happy.
I see what you mean.
So why should I spoil it all by trying to find, then trying to hide, and then trying to spend the thing that causes other folks so much misery?
Pretty unusual attitude, Emmett.
Maybe so.
But I guess it has its points.
Johnny, I don't want anything, not anything, to interfere with this paradise I've found for both myself and my wife, Claire. That's why I didn't come back here to the wreck of the Piñana, because I was afraid that I might find some treasure in it.
But you think that Juano Anzana did come back, huh?
Well, that unholy gleam in his eye, Johnny, I felt sure he would.
So that's it.
So when I got a phone call from his wife in Mexico City that he hadn't come home, and the radio message from your Mr. Pat Fuller at the insurance company yesterday...
Then your wire to me was the put-up job, Emmett, between you and Pat.
Oh, in a way, I guess. But he did make me promise to get you a good rest and a lot of fishing.
Now, I suppose the first thing to do is examine the wreck and see if we can tell if Anzana has come back to it.
And, of course, Johnny, if he's there and working on it, well...
Sure. That'll explain his disappearance from home. Emmett.
Yeah?
You surely don't think he'd be foolish enough to come out and dive alone?
Johnny, where treasure is concerned, a man can sometimes get mighty foolish.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
And a man like him, Johnny...
Yeah?
Could also be mighty dangerous.
A few minutes later, at the outer edge of a little cove, he pointed out the vague shadow of the wreck, in some 40 or 50 feet of water, and almost entirely hidden by a sort of coral overhang. Emmett cut the motors, and we drifted into the beach. As we slid the boat up on it...
There we are. Now he can put on the scuba gear and... Johnny, look.
Yeah, I see, Emmett. Somebody else been here with a boat, too.
Yes.
Pulled it over into those bushes. Palmettos, whatever they are. The bushes have hidden it.
So he is here. Mr. Anzana? Senor Anzana? I'll go take a look.
There was a well-hidden boat in the brush, but no sign of Juano Anzana. Was he out there in the water, then, poking around the wreck? Only one way to find out. I put on one of the scuba rigs, the air tank, mask, and flippers. Emmett carefully worked the boat out to the edge of the outcropping of coral.
Be mighty careful of that coral, Johnny. It can cut you to ribbons.
And then I went on over the side. I was amazed at how clean and clear the water was down there. Once my eyes got used to the pale green light, I could see for literally hundreds of feet in all directions. The water was warm and comfortable, too. Myriad tiny fishes with all the colors of a rainbow dashed in and out of holes in the coral. And here and there, a huge one hung motionless, looking warily at me, the intruder, as I slowly descended into his realm. Then he casually turned and swam away. A rather large shark gave me the beady eye at one point, and then decided to ignore me. As for the wreck of the little schooner Piñana, finding it was easy. But so, a few minutes later, was finding something else. Wedged in there between a couple of barnacle-covered timbers was the body of a man.
Have you tried the mild, kind taste of Kent? You should, because
You'll feel better about smoking with the taste of Kent.
With the micronite filter.
Refines away harsh flavor. Refines away hot taste. It makes the taste of a cigarette mild as a balmy day in the month of May.
Kent is the best for the flavor you like. Kent is the best for the flavor you like.
yes, Kent is the best for a mild, kind taste. Smoke a carton of Kent without switching. Discover the kind taste of Kent's blend of the world's finest quality tobaccos. Then try your old brand. What a difference in taste.
Kent with the micronite, Kent with the micronite, Kent with the micronite filter. Refines away harsh flavors, refines away hot taste.
You'll enjoy the mild, kind taste of Kent with the micronite filter.
The body, trapped there in the wreck of the Piñana, wearing breathing apparatus and flippers, was that of a Mexican with a bullet hole in the back of his head. Although the light was poor, I was able to read the lettering on a dog tag on one of his wrists. The name was Juano Anzana. But who had killed him? And why? Could it have been whoever had hidden the boat up there on the beach? Yeah, and Emmett's reaction to that boat when he saw it was as though he was familiar with it, knew the owner. I thought of trying to pry the body loose, but then looking upward, discovered the shadow of Emmett's boat in the 20 minutes or so I'd been down there had moved far over to one side of the coral reef. So instead, underwater, I worked my way over to it and then surfaced.
Then, hanging onto the side of the boat with one hand, pulled off the breathing mask with the other and looked up into a very unfamiliar and a very unpleasant face.
I do not know who you are, senor, but you might as well come aboard.
What the devil? Who are you? And this boat, it's the one I saw hidden over there, and who are you?
It's no matter. Here, I will give you a hand. Come on.
Oh, sure. But where is...
Here now.
Thanks. Now, listen.
No, senor, you listen. You see this gun?
Who are you?
You, senor, will never know. Because you will join him down there, you understand? You will join him.
Join who? You talking about the body down there in that wreck? Or have you done...
Yes, the body of the man I killed.
Because he came here after my treasure. The treasure is mine, you understand? It's mine. I find the piñata down there. I find it first. Even the Senor Emmett Gowan, he does not know of it.
Now, wait a minute. I see his boat over there, but it's empty.
He will never know. Nobody will ever know. Nobody but me, you hear? Because I will kill anybody else. See? That is why, now that you have found out about him, you must... No, senor, do not move.
You have the gun.
See? And I shall use it on you. Before I bury you down there with him. So the secret of the piñata will only be mine.
Now, look, mister...
No, senor. There is no use. You must die. And right now...
Must I? After capsizing his boat, I suddenly found that in my struggle with him under the water, I was not alone. From somewhere over near the wreck, Emmett Gowan appeared in his scuba rig. Subduing our unfriendly companion was easy, and when we finally hauled him up onto the beach, completely tamed, out cold, as a matter of fact...
Well, it's this way, Johnny. Like I said, he'd had a bad gleam in his eye, and it was more than just from a lust for treasure. It was like you'd think of madness.
You're talking about Juano Ansana, down there in the wreck.
In the wreck?
Yes. I found his body down there, Emmett. A dog tag on his wrist.
No, Johnny. This one's Ansana.
What?
Yes, sir. This one.
He was mad. Don't you see what it means, the body down there?
Well, now, I'm not sure.
That other man found out about the piñata and came here to investigate. Ansana found him here and killed him.
But why put his dog tag on him?
So that when Ansana, found the treasure, he could just disappear with it. What little was left of the body by then, if it was ever found, more likely just a skeleton, would be identified as his because of the dog tag.
Oh, I see.
He'd be free and have the treasure, and nobody would ever know that he'd murdered over it.
Johnny, I think you're right.
Oh, wait a minute, Emmett.
Yeah?
How come you so conveniently appeared there underwater after I capsized his boat, and when I really needed your help?
Well, Johnny, I knew that hidden boat was his.
Yeah?
But he wasn't anywhere about. And also, Johnny, there wasn't any sign of bubbles out there to show he was diving.
Oh, you're so right. I never thought of that.
So, he had to be hiding somewhere and watching us.
Of course.
So I took my boat around the other side of the reef, put on my scuba, then went on under, where he wouldn't know where I was. At least, that wouldn't make both of us sitting ducks for him.
That's darn good thinking, Emmett.
And then when I came up real slow and quiet under the flaring bow of his boat and heard what was going on, when I saw you starting to capsize it, sort of helped.
No wonder it flipped so fast and easily. Thanks, Emmett.
My pleasure, Johnny. Well, shall we get him back to Cozumel?
Why not? I imagine the police might like to see him. You know, the ironic part of it all is that there wasn't one single dollar's worth of treasure in the wreck of the piñata. So he had murdered for nothing. And now, of course, we'll have to pay for it. Expense account total after 4 more days of absolutely fabulous fishing. Wait a minute. This one's on the house. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Now, here's our star to tell you about next week's story.
Next week, the 2-step matter. That means 2 steps to murder. Join us, won't you? Yours truly, Johnny Dollar.
Yours truly, Johnny Dollar, is written by Jack Johnstone, produced and directed by Bruno Zerato Jr., music supervision by Ethel Huber, sound patterns by Walter Otto and Don Grieve. Johnny Dollar is played by Mandel Kramer.
Also featured in our cast were Bob Dryden as Emmett Gowan, Ralph Camargo as Juano Ansana, and Lawson Zerby as Pat Fuller. Be sure to join us next week, same time, same station, for another exciting story of yours truly, Johnny Dollar. This is Warren Sweeney speaking. Highways are not for sleeping. Stay awake and drive safely. This is the CBS Radio Network.